true test as Salt was confirmed.
JK, really?
Wait, is it Malloy?
JK, really?
Wait, is it Malloy?
Squad, turn that shit up, man.
reach a new level.
Larry fucking beats, nigga.
Team 17, no rules, disqualified.
Larry fucking beats, nigga.
Alright, let's get it going. Alright, let's get it going, Ashan. Or Esan.
Let's do it.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome, and so happy to have you here for my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August tournament qualifiers. This is going to be Group C, and we got 4 rounds of action, mayhem, and strategy coming your way. Before we get too much into it, though, for all those of you who aren't quite acclimated as to who I am, I'm RedEyes, your ever-lovable and adorably cuddly caster, bringing you that daily dosage of butt-kickery, tomfoolery, and all-around shenaniganism. And we do have a stacked lobby for you today. We got Fear Our Bullets Gaming, we got Win Esports, we got Genocide, FPG Verge, XXX Extreme, Rage, Wasted Potential, Top Strikers, Notorious Gaming, Real Gunners Esports, Unknown Assailants, we got Aurora, Quest Esports, High Voltage Esports, the No Way Elites, Excuse, Velocity, and Above Esports, as well as the Fierce. So I'm expecting nothing but action right off the bat. And for the remainder of Dead in August, I will not be casting alone. I will be casting with one of the official broadcasters of PUBG Mobile Pakistan. His name is Esan. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Thank you very much, RedEyes, for having me here, guys. I've been doing a lot of my local language, but this is like 3rd, 4th time, I would rather say, doing English casting, and I'm hoping that Group C qualifier is gonna be another, good experience for me. But talking about this Dead in August $400 tournament, this is an amazing, I can say, stage for all those young talent out there looking for opportunities and good opportunities. And when you have RedEyes on your side, what else you want? But talking about this match in particular, the playing path is slightly toward the western side, starting from Sosnovka Military Island toward Georgia Pole, and I want to see kind of a favored main island favored circle, but it's the new meta developing nowadays, RedEyes, and I'm just curious to know where it's gonna happen, the first circle.
Absolutely, and one of the things I always say about the flight paths like these, the ones that aren't so centered, that are very coastal, they might not be as ideal for the participants, but it is absolutely more ideal for us, the viewer, because it limits their potential drop spots. I'm gonna get eyes for a moment here on Team 14, which is of course Aurora. I was just getting eyes just to check on see if they're going to be landing with the top strikers, and it looks like they're going to be heading upwards, further northbound past North Georgia Pole. They're going to be heading not alone. They're alongside members of Quest Esports right under them. That's going to be something to keep an eye on down the road, but maybe not so much right away. See, I'm looking for the immediate confrontations right off the bat is what I want to see, but it looks like we're left with a pretty even spread here throughout the map.
That clearly shows the the maturity of gameplay these teams are gonna exercise in these scrims, and in particular this tournament. And especially, I want to see some of the early fights breaking between especially Team Unknown Assailants and Team Notorious, because both of these teams are sitting up top in North Georgia, and I want to see how these things gonna cross paths, and especially Jay, which is far away from his team, could possibly be a victim of a player from the side of Team TXS Top Strikers. But for now, I believe we're gonna have a very silent start to this match, in particular RedEyes, because I'm not seeing most of the teams clustered in a big city or possibly be around each other. But surprisingly, the southwestern side of our main island is pretty much populated. There are 3 to 4 teams sitting there.
I'm sorry, where's got 3 or 4 teams sitting there? Repeat that.
I believe that's Fairy Bear and Quarry, and pretty much north of the Primos,
Okay. Yeah.
And these part of the maps, you rarely see teams dropping off.
That's true. I'm actually going to switch over to start things off to Fear Our Bullets, Team 3, because they are awfully close to Team 19, which is excused. Actually, in particular, it's just one member of Fear Our Bullets who's close by, and that's Jang. He's close by Kyle here. However, he has nothing. Absolutely nothing. No armor, no weapons. This is not a situation he wants to dive into, and he knows it. That's why he's prone in the grass, being a little belly bandit. But, okay, his Kyle drives away, so he's going to go have this loot. So maybe tuning into XXX Extreme, who is down at the southwestern coast, alongside members of Wasted Potential. WPL, Team 9. So it's 7 and 9. Thank you so much for the follows.
Let's see how things gonna break down between teams. Especially, I'm seeing a big cluster up north toward the side of Georgia Pool, and I'm looking at Team High Voltage, how they're gonna react to this kind of cluster we are seeing up top on the north side of the North Georgia City. But we are seeing some action going from the side of I believe in the Severny, where Team XQS going against Team I believe in close vicinity is Team Quest. Quest getting another knock, and X-Quest will be, dealing in good kills. 2 kills is very initial, and I'm pretty much seeing they are on the upper hand of this fight, and Team Quest will be losing, I believe, their final member as well. Talking about Quest Wizard, the solo survivor in this whole situation.
So this is actually Team Excuse that came out victorious over Quest Esports. I can absolutely understand where the confusion lies in that to the viewer, because I have heard of X-Quest myself. So this is not X-Quest, this is Excuse. I would have absolutely made that same mistake. We got members of Team 10, which is Top Strikers. They got trouble nearby, and it's in the shape of RGE, the Real Gunners Esports, Team 12. And I'm just going to get an eyes on that, because it looks like Top Strikers are currently sandwiched in between those members, but they've got space on either side. So maybe switching over to Notorious Gaming, Team 11, as they are also close to Strikers. But it seems like they're going to be driving away, which kind of leaves us with a slow start. But you know what I always say, Asan, is a more passive early game always directly translates to a more action-packed and climactic mid or end game. So it's worth the trade if you ask me. And look, win esports.
I believe we're gonna see our first elimination, because we left out the fight on the Severny side, where Quest was almost about to get eliminated, and I believe Team Excused will be pushing forward toward them. But at the same time, we're seeing a lot of movement up in the overall, I would say, the map. Team WeG pretty much moving pretty fast toward Milta, where their main drop location is. But on the other side, there are 2 to 3 teams in the close vicinity of Severny on the southern side, where we are seeing Quest Wizard, the solo survivor, trying to pull up something against Team I believe Team Excuse, but nothing gonna happen, and Team Quest will be the first team leaving us.
Well, that leads me to go tune into Real Gunners just for a moment, because they are relatively close to the top strikers, but they got space. They do have space, so I don't want to seem too misleading there. But they seem like they could be a potential confrontation any moment, and it turns out I'm wrong as Real Gunners grabs the vehicle and dips out. That's it's okay. This more passive early game, it's just part of the natural flow of things. You kind of find, I personally find in my tournaments that the first few matches can be a little bit more, no, I don't want to say passive, I want to say hesitant. Players are very hesitant to put themselves in confrontational situations early on when there's money on the line. But that can also be one of your best times to shine, is when, your opposing teams don't have good armor and good guns. That's to talk about a time to strike. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, that's I would say I agree with you, because at the same time there is a chance where if you get into an early fight, the possibility is you could be on the receiving end, and that's nobody wants where there is money on lines, as you mentioned. So early confrontations, especially in the bigger tournaments as well, teams like to avoid it, because this way, if you get eliminated early, you're not gonna get even a single point in a first match, and if you don't want to start your day with a bad match, so it's better to go safe than going all guns in, all gun blazing. But at the same time, I believe talking about this particular circle, ruins and the surrounding of southern side of shooting range could be a very possible place where all these teams would like to go.
Oh, we got Velocity and Nuxify putting 6x shots down, but I'm actually gonna turn back over to Team 12, Real Gunners. They seem to be closing in on members of Fear Our Bullets Gaming, Team 3, at the Watertown area. I'm curious to see if they're going to advance upon that, or if it's going to be one of those passive little standoffs. And the reason I say that is because Watertown is one of those places with just so many places to take cover that you really can have these kind of safety net periods where your team is going to say, all right, we've got great positioning. Let's wait for the other team to advance upon us. Let's wait for them to put themselves at a disadvantage to come to us. Now, that's great. That's absolutely great. The problem is the other team has the exact same idea 90% of the time. And that can lead to a standoff of patience. And that is great. That's fine and dandy. But as a caster, I'm not going to indulge too much attention to that.
I believe talking about this particular part of the map is a kind of a risky place to be. The deeper you go into Water City, the risk is you're gonna get a lot of people surrounding you, and the time when you have to leave, it will be really hard for you to leave that vicinity. So, it's better to stay on the outskirts, especially the place where I believe we are seeing Team Real Gunners Esports at this moment. If you're staying right there, you'll see potential pass-bys, and you can cut off those rotations and possibly take down some of the players, off their vehicles. But at the same time, if anyone down, deep in the Water City making any mistake going across one to other compound, you can possibly pick up that player as well. So there is a huge possibility staying on the outskirts of the Water City, you're gonna get rewarded for that.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. And because and to go along with what you're saying, to put yourself in the Water City, while it does have the advantages of a lot of cover, it has a huge disadvantage of being covered in water. So you can't move anywhere near as fast, and that puts you at a serious point of vulnerability in front of the opposition if they are on the outskirts. So you are 100%
That's what I was
right.
mentioning. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning here, RedEyes, because the deeper you go in there, it's a kind of a difficult situation for the whole team, and it's better keep at least one or two players on the outskirts where they can see at least the bridge side area where teams could possibly be passing by, and you can see which of those teams, how many players are to be expected up ahead. But at the same time, you don't want to go in there because, as you mentioned, water thingy is a real situation. Most of the teams won't be able to deal with it. But seeing the circle shift, circle is going up more toward northwestern side. Georgia Pole could possibly be a place where the circle gonna end. And I'm looking at the container finish because it is really exciting to see where all these teams lined up side by side and not even able to, maneuver much and end up, going all in. So I really want to see that kind of action up here.
Absolutely. It looks like Notorious might be approached by Rage. I can't tell if it's going to happen just yet. Rage, actually, it looks like Rage is going to fall away. That's a shame. All except for Zoo. No, Zoo's fallen away as well. They had a great positioning surrounding members of Notorious on 3 sides, and it was unintentional. But goodness gracious, if they had approached that attack from 3 different angles all at once, who knows what could have happened.
Yep. On the same side, if we talk about in particular rotations, most of these teams, they are just undermining this fact of inclusion of shooting range in this particular circle. Shooting range can possibly be that very next favorite spot for the circle to move toward, and I'm seeing a lot of teams, they feel a little bit reluctant to park their vehicles in the open, use those ridge lines, those dips to actually stay and wait for those rotations and possibly taking down players from there. But talking about this situation in particular, we are seeing Team 19 against Team 11, and want to see how XQ is going to perform in this very situation. But Team 11 on the other side, Notorious, they are pretty much playing it safe for themselves. So Ridgeline are going to play a crucial role. Let's see which of those teams going to aggress first. I believe the team on the receiving side could be Team 11, because the XQs, they had a good fight in the early match. They finished 3 players of the quest, and now they'll be looking for more blood, and possibly they'll be looking to push on this vital compound where Team 11 is been sitting for a long time.
And going along with what you said about XQs looking for blood, they're already in another confrontation here with High Voltage Esports. They were exchanging bullets, and now they are decided better of it. They're going to back out. Some of them are. However, the rest are going to put shots down on Wasted Potential to their left, Team 9.
Yep, it's kind of a very sandwich situation, especially if I talk about Team XQs. They have like one team right in front of them where they need to push. They have to decide whether it's time to go ahead and actually ace that compound for themselves, or just stay in the open and be a victim of 2 to 3 different teams. Rage is sitting uptight on the high grounds of on the southern side of shooting range, and that's not a place to be, especially for Team XQs, because we are seeing there's a lot of open terrain, less of the covers. There are a few boulders up there and a few of the trees. How long you gonna get the cover of those trees? Possibly another team making an angle, and you'll be losing some players. But we are about to witness another circle shift, and I'm seeing again the southern side of shooting range. That's what I was talking about, RedEyes.
I see what you're saying now. I was actually a little skeptical when you first said it. I said, I don't think it's going to be that, but... now look here, Excuse has now pushed back over to the Notorious area. They were kind of sandwiched in between Notorious and Rage, and they had to make a split decision. Who are we going to face off against here? Because, well, truth be told, they did have a little bit more options, but they didn't know that. So they were pinched in between Notorious and Rage, and they chose Notorious as the people that they're likely going to face off against. But, oh, look at this. Genocide Team 5 pushing right down towards Rage. Yes, this is going to be a confrontation, I bet. There, yep, we got Scarface right up on him with a 4X on an M4, trying to get eyes. He's got Rage dead.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is a really tense situation. They kind of split that opposition team have here in front of us. It's not going to help them. Rage 3-1, come on, in a place where there's a huge potential that opposition team gonna split all those players up and put pressure to actually make them to fall apart from each other and picking them one by one. But on the same side, Team Genocide, they're not really much committing to the situation.
No,
they are just making different angles, and that's what really raised a question in my mind. What sort of plan they have in their mind? And Rage successfully defending their place, and the plane crash area, it's a really risky place to be. So I would really recommend Rage to actually move forward and go to a different part of this map.
And they're driving right past Aurora, and one of them is taking shots here. It's Bird. He's going to try to get away as best as he can. He hasn't taken a lick of damage, and he is going to make it all the way to the house. Kyle getting a knock on Notorious. That's Team 19. Going in, excuse, Kyle is eliminated. It is down to Draco and Matt of Excuse versus the Notorious crew. They have lost half their team there.
This is that push that we were talking about early. You know, they had to make a choice, and they made a choice to go all in toward Notorious. And this seems like not a good idea for the team. And losing 2 of their players this early in the match are gonna hurt them bad in the later stages of the game. So let's see how these, especially in this situation, how Notorious gonna act. Are they gonna push all in and confirm all the rest of those kills as well, or Team Excuse gonna stay up here on this ridge line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by? But the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team on the other side, Team BB taking down some, taking some damage from the side of, I believe.
Go ahead.
Yep, at the same time we see a lot of centralized movement on the side of Team High Voltage. They are sitting on the dice area right next to the Georgia Pole, on the eastern side of Georgia Pole. But let's see if we can see any of the confrontation on the up north side, where Team Extreme is really trying to breach in, and they have a big challenge up front. But let's see, another team really contesting for the same spot, where a moment while we were seeing Team Excuse going against Notorious. So let's see this time how Notorious is gonna neutralize the situation for themselves.
Yep, and now keep in mind, this is a fair fight now. Oh, no, it's not. I take it back. I thought Notorious had been reduced, but it was actually Excuse reduced to half a team. That was a mistake on my end. So Notorious still a full squad, outnumbering them 2-1. They've got the number advantage here. It would, in my opinion, be in their advantage to be the aggressor, but however, Excuse does have zone positioning. Let's not rule them out of that. Oh, we got Team Win going at Win Esports going in. They just lost a member. And they are facing off right now against members of No Way Elites.
That's the gain. Once again, another place up on the western side of our circle, where we were possibly seeing some of these teams to actually fight against each other. But well, in the southern side of shooting range, possibly there could be a one heck of a, I can say, fights break in between these teams. But some of these teams, as you mentioned, when the money is on stake, they're not going to take that kind of damage. But on the kill feed, we are seeing Team Rage going against Velocity. Velocity getting a lot of knocks here. 2 of their players are down. And at the same time, Team Rage and Team RGE also letting up our kill feed. Fear our bullets are also getting damage on the up northern side of this shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. And I'm going to tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are, oh, Jenny goes down right then and there like a sack of potatoes. It's down to Fury and Angelic up against multiple members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by High Voltage. They are sandwiched in between High Voltage and the Unknown Assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough. And he is quickly eliminated. Now, that leaves members of FPG Verge up against the High Voltage people, and they still have to get Mao up. So they are a 3-person team. And look at this, in the perfect stroke of luck, we see High Voltage is distracted by the top strikers. This gives Team 6, FPG Verge, the chance that they need to regroup, revive, and heal up.
Top strikers are really betting on staying in waters, and that's a good I can say good decision from their side. Broken being underwater will really help the team to actually ace some of the kills. but at the same time, Team RGE is taking a fight in the close vicinity where they have no idea what sort of plan Team Top Striker could have possibly for them. But seeing on the other side, we are seeing Team 4 going against, I believe, the squad of Team RGE as well. They are in the close vicinity as well.
I believe Team 4, Win Esports, is actually currently facing off against Notorious at the moment.
Yep.
Okay.
Notorious, they have good number of kills. They have total 5 kills,
do.
and we are seeing like it's just the 5th phase of the game, and they have 5 kills. and possibly seeing Team Notorious winning this chicken dinner.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push, and that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down, and his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone. Oofta in the chat for poor Mello. At least
he did what he could possibly do, and
right.
That's really shows the sportsman spirit of that player, actually going against a blue and taking that fight. And a huge respect to that guy doing that and really showing us that action. But another circle shift on the slightly southern side, southwestern side, and we are seeing only few teams, especially the duo of Ben. They are going dead center.
Absolutely.
And that could possibly be not a good idea,
I was about
where
to
they
say.
can actually get pepper down from all sides.
Yeah, there is no building cover at all. So while you do have center of zone, that means absolutely nothing in terms of safety in this particular scenario. Okay, so we got Rage currently sandwiched in between members of Excuse as well as Wasted Potential. All the while, who's putting these shots down? It's members of Team 16, High Voltage, towards Top Strikers. However, they do have some space. Oh, Stormy getting a nade on Axelino.
I'm really curious how the whole sandwich situation up north gonna finish out. Where Notorious, they are just looking every side, anything that can fight. They wanna pour those bullets up down them, but at the same time they decide to go and get the circle first, and that's a good decision if they want to survive like a team in the coming stages of the game. But seeing in the kill feed, Team RGE going against Team High Voltage, and this time there's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill feed also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time Win taking their players down.
Yep, and then we got Broken with a beautiful takedown there on Chickless. He's still holding down his positioning, but he is outside the zone. He's gonna have to rotate, and soon. Switching back over to Team Win, it's down to Kino and Jomama. However, Kino is the only one with health here. It's funny when I say some of these players' names and then it clicks to me what their names mean.
But the decision of going center, it really, help, especially I would say Team Win to Win Esports to actually get 2 kills, and those 2 kills came from the Notorious. Notorious had out of this game. I was actually betting on these guys to at least get a chicken dinner or at least a second position, but we are down to the dice compounds where the whole action gonna happen, and right next to there is Team Win, but we are seeing an amazing nade coming from the side of Team 16, and this nade gonna really hurt bad Team 6 in this situation.
Absolutely, and I actually was just spectating Adam when he threw that. It was a perfect throw. And he goes after Jin, bringing Jin down to literally 5 to 10% health.
So close.
But you know what? Close is not good enough. He's going after Dan, taking Dan down to half health as well, doing great damage to their armor and, depleting their resources. However, if you're not able to get that knock, Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But Team VG going all in, confirming those kills against High Voltage. High Voltage really played a floppy game here, and this shouldn't be something I'm expecting from them, where they were on the upper hand, knocking players down one by one on the side of VG. But in this whole situation, VG pushing toward the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG. 2 knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Stromy really looking promising with 7 kills, but
And
at
then
the back
naded out.
comes in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But High Voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how High Voltage is gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out. Somebody is on their A game with these nades tonight, my friend.
Oh my goodness, final kill to be confirmed, and this is Devil surviving with 4 kills, but look at that, look at that!
And that's a
What
finish.
an amazing fight we saw from the side of VG. VG, they've been cornered high time, you know, from the side of High Voltage. They had a whole control of the situation, but they messed up so quick. I wasn't expecting Team High Voltage doing this kind of, you know, all-in maneuver, going 2 players in 1 car and going across on the other side of the zone. Where you have the zone, just stick with the place where you are. Just go to the right ridge or possibly go toward that tree in the center.
Yeah.
But they never did that, and this is where the experience come in play. But talking about the results, overall, great number of kills from the side of Team VG. VG getting 10 kills overall in this way match.
So that's right. FPG Verge is going to seal the deal. And they're going to do so with a healthy, even 10 kills. Let's not rule High Voltage out. They were able to take second with 5 kills, but get this, 4 out of the 5 kills came from Devil alone. We got 3rd place going to WPL, which is Wasted Potential. They're going to grab that with 8 kills, and let's give that MVP title to Stormy, who took 7 of those kills on his or her own. Very nicely done. We got Team Win grabbing 4th place with 2 kills. Both of those kills came from Joe Mama. Top Strikers in 5th place with 1 kill from Broken. 6th place is going to belong to Notorious, and they're going to grab that with 6 kills. How fitting. We got NW, the No Way Elites, grabbing 7th place with 3 kills. Rage Esports in 8th place with 7 kills. We got the Real Gunners
Rage
grabbing...
had a good number of kills.
They did. They really did. And they actually started off pretty early on with a pretty healthy, aggressive side, too, which I didn't see a whole lot of in, you know, across the board for this map. So it was nice to have some aggressors. We got the Real Gunners Esports claiming 9th place with 5 kills. Excuse, probably the most aggressive team on the map currently, at least for round 1. I think Excuse put themselves in more confrontational situations than any other team. And that's just an opinion. But they were able to grab 10th place with 4 kills, 1 kill per person. Everybody eats. We got Fear Our Bullets Gaming grabbing 11th with 1 kill from Most. XXX Extreme in 12th with 1 kill from Shrimpy. We got Velocity in 13th place with 2 kills from Anuxify. Aurora in 14th place with 2 kills from Ezra. The Boys and Girls in Genocide in 15th place with a big fat onion for kills. The Fierce in 16th with 0 as well. We got UKX, which is the Unknown Assailants. They're going to take 17th place with 0 as well. And finally, last place, 18th, is going to go to Quest Esports, and they're going to grab that with 0 kills. Goodness. Well,
The first team to leave us.
Yeah. Now, what a first match it was. A little bit of a slower start, but we'll have to see how that plays out on a much larger map, Miramar, and we'll see how that unfolds next round. But anyways, guys, please stay tuned in. We're going to be back in about 10 to 12 minutes with round 2 of our 4-round scrim night. These are my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August Group C qualifiers. Be back soon, y'all.
There's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill field also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time, with number of kills, they have total 5 kills, and we are seeing like it's just the 5th phase of the game, and they have 5 kills, and possibly seeing Team Notorious win this chicken dinner.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes shot multiple members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by high voltage.
Do this highlight thing, man.
Voltage. Say what, bro? The unknown assailants.
Yeah, this highlight thing that you're playing right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'll show you. I can teach you how to do that. Oh, nice! Takes him by Fury. Leaving everything up to Mello.
And can you do the live replay as well?
Mello live replay? I probably could with it, but I have to figure out how. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets why not. It seems like it would be able to. And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone.
WPL, I believe. A little request, can you final surviving player. We are down
make
to 7
the size
players,
of this screen a little bigger? The stream map.
Having 7 kills
sorry,
confirmed
OBS.
on their side, and the nades and agilities being used from the side of the team VG2. Knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Strommy really looking promising.
Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God.
Get going.
What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But Team WPL, Strommy really looking promising with 7 kills, but
and
at the back
comes
in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But high voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how high voltage is gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out.
Line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by, but the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. Yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. I'm going to tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. Jenny goes down right then in high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the Unknown Assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough.
To win esports to actually get 2 kills, and those 2 kills came from the Notorious. Notorious had out of this game. I was actually betting on these guys to at least get a chicken dinner or at least a second position, but we are down to the dice compounds where the whole action gonna happen. And
we're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push, and that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down.
Pushing towards the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG2. There's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill field also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time, with number of kills, they have total 5 kills, and we are seeing like it's just the 5th phase of the game, and they have 5 kills, and possibly seeing Team Notorious winning this chicken dinner.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push, and that goes multiple members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the Unknown Assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down. And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone.
WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG. 2 knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Stromy really looking promising.
Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But Team VL, Stromy really looking promising with 7 kills, but
and
at the back comes in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But high voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how high voltage is gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out.
Line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by, but the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, including that water on the southern side. Gain a lot of action happening. Team shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. And I'm gonna tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are, oh, Jenny goes down right then in high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the Unknown Assailants. Multiple members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the Unknown Assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury.
Pushing towards the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG.
Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down.
Line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by, but the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. I'm gonna tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are, oh, Jenny goes down right then and Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But Team
leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down. And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone. High voltage, they are sandwiched in between high voltage and the Unknown Assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough.
WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and the nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG. 2 knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Stromy really looking promising number of kills. They have
highlights right now.
5 kills.
I have done these for a
and
year,
we are
and this is
seeing
the
like,
first time it's ever
just
come
the
out glitchy like
fifth
this.
phase of the game, and they have
I
5
need to
kills and possibly
restart it,
seeing
but-
Team Notorious winning this chicken dinner.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo.
Stromy really looking promising with 7 kills, but
really
at the back
dominated
comes in.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But high voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how high voltage is gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out.
To winning sports to actually get 2 kills, and those 2 kills came from the Notorious. Notorious had out of this game. I was actually betting on these guys to at least get a chicken dinner and at least second position, but we are down to the dice compounds where the whole action gonna happen. And right, you know, there's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill field also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time with
members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury.
pushing towards the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo taking it down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down.
The line where they can possibly get their body from teams passing by. But the situation really gets tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, you know, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going, you know, 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. Yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. And I'm gonna tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. There, oh, Jenny goes down right then, and Jen healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, you know, kind of I can say regularly seeing in the big tournaments.
To start.
Yeah, I know. I just want to see if this is everything up to Mello and Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down, overloaded, encoding overloaded. What the hell? And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone. High voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. I'm gonna start it. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough.
WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the top.
Well, welcome back, you guys. I am awfully sorry about the glitchiness in the intermission screen, and I am hoping that it doesn't carry over, because currently, because of the delay, I can't tell if it's carrying over or not. But if it is, I will work on getting that fixed. Okay. So, anyways, we are back. With round 2 of 4 of my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August qualifiers Group C. And we're going to kick in round 2 off as a Miramar. What exactly needs to be said about Miramar? Well, it's the largest map that we have in the game, so right away you know the odds of two teams landing next to each other is just going to be a little bit slimmer. But it's also the most open map that we have in the game, meaning the odds of you being sniped from 300 meters away is just exponentially higher than it is on any other map. So you need to be aware of not just your immediate surroundings, but your distant surroundings as well. Hey, it did fix it, Hassan. It did fix it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And guys, talking about Miramar once again, this is one of my favorite maps, and that's the reason is actually it gives you a variety of gameplay. You can go ridge to ridge fights, you can take mid-range, long range, even longer range, I can say, not longer range. You can take down someone from 300 meters as mentioned by RedEyes. So it clearly gives you a variety of gameplay. So whatever you're looking for, you're gonna find it in Miramar. But let's talk about this plain thought. Starting from the up north, close to the Oasis area, starting from La Cobriar, moving towards Dos Hagas. Two small cities. I won't say La Cobriar as a small city, but I believe Los Higos would be.
Yeah,
but,
definitely in that category.
Slightly again, we are seeing slightly a western plain path again, RedEyes.
And I think that this is kind of one of those more ideal flight paths. It's not perfect by any means. You definitely want to see something centralized. However, for Miramar, the best plane path is a little bit off-centered on the eastern coast, but I can explain that later on. But this is a fairly opportune flight path for the participants. It definitely leaves enough drop spots for everybody. Definitely too many to begin listing off. So with that being said, I'm just going to focus on where some teams are going. We got Fear Our Bullets Gaming. They are landing in the midst of Team 20 Velocity at El Pozo. Hey DJ, cut the beat.
Oh my goodness, a lot of teams actually drop in pretty close to each other in Pecao and possibly also in San Martin. But San Martin is not that much populated as we were expecting because it's one of the major cities out there. But talking about Team 5, they're also dropping pretty south of, I believe, this is closer to Chumacera, Minas del Valle area. Yep, there you go, Valle de Mar area. They are dropping down, and we are seeing two teams there.
That's right.
This is Team Notorious, and I believe Genocide. On the same side, we are seeing Team VY as well. In the, Team. What's the name? I'm sorry. There you go.
We got Top Strikers here in the midst of MO as well. MO. Pardon me, NW. That's the No Way Elite. So it's No Way Elites and Top Strikers at Chumacera. It's Notorious and Genocide down at Valle del Mar. And further up at the top, we've got Team 14 in the midst of Team 19. This is Aurora going off on Excuse, and Aurora just eliminates the threat right there.
Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting this fight to break in this early, and in this very situation, Hacienda could be a very possible place where that golden Dorado is. Maybe any of the players from the side of Excuse going to actually steal that gem from the side of Team Aurora, but they really did a great job defending their fortress, and now they have all four players up. But Team Excuse losing one player this early wasn't a good idea. But on the southern side, we are expecting one heck of a fight here. This could possibly be one of our best fight of this pre-map this early. But at the same time, I'm seeing Genocide. They are slowly and steadily, keeping a distance from the side of Team Notorious. Notorious is on the, I believe, on the western side of Valle de Mar, closer to the road and the bridge. But Team Genocide, they are pretty much situated in the eastern side, and possibly if there is a standoff going between these two teams, Team Genocide will have a very likely situation where they can retreat out of this whole situation without even getting a lot of damage from the side of Team Notorious.
And I think that's their whole goal of this, is to put themselves in a situation where they might be able to get an easy kill, but if things do start to hit the ceiling fan, that they have a nice, healthy way out of it. Give me just one moment. I'm going to go grab my iced coffee.
Guys, I'm going to entertain you here sitting with the situation that we are seeing. Another fight possibly will be breaking between Team, I would say, Team Fear Our Bullets Gaming, and at the same time, I believe Team Velocity. They're in a close vicinity in El Pozo. El Pozo is a place where there's a huge distance, and covering the distance between one to another compound is kind of a hectic task for most of these teams. Most of inexperienced team, I would rather say. So the heighted angle on the side of Team Fear are Bullet Gaming. FOBG is a really good position to hold, especially I'm looking at the player of FOBG. Jang, I believe he's sitting up
Jang.
top, and
Okay.
Most.
Yeah, I was just noticing Most. I was spectating Most. I didn't even notice where Jang was. Good call.
Jang have a very vital position. If you guys even playing competitive, and the best thing to do in this kind of a urban fight situation, go take a heighted angle. It's really gonna reward you with a lot of number of kills, and you will have the vital intel that really gonna help your team to actually maneuver in that kind of fight. Because if the intel is there, you know the exact position of the players. It's pretty much possible for your teams to isolate those players who are on the flanking angle. And if you're taking players one by one, it will make the fight really easy for your team and keeping you as a 4-man strong squad. So keep that in mind when you're taking urban fights. Try to go for those heighted angles. Try to go for the highest tower there in the city, and keep your team on one side. If you're too much dispersed, taking one guy, flanking from the back is not a good idea, and especially in a map like Miramar, where there's huge chances of any team passing by could possibly take your player. So on the side of Team FOBG, they're sitting pretty situated right here, and I'm hoping that fight not gonna break in real soon. But at the same time, we are moving toward Team 18. Which really got a good height early on this game.
That's where I was actually just spectating. I was going to say, speaking of good positions, we got the No Way Elites up on the cliff edge overlooking top strikers, and this could be a very opportune position for them. This puts Broken particularly at quite a disadvantage. Sadra unleashes the M762, however, just a red dot. Luckily, Squeaks with a great knock.
What an amazing knock, and another mistake I believe from the side of Duron is going to take place, and Duron can possibly lose his life as well. Another knock could be taken, but there is no scope on the side of Team No Way Esports player 1 in this very situation, and possibly another revive will be coming up, and Team TXS will have all of their 4 players up. Let's see what sort of strategy Team 18 gonna come up with, and in this very situation, No Way Elites have a fair chance. They can actually isolate one player right immediately down below them and can possibly take the control of this fight in their hand. But they are taking a lot of damage from the far side,
and
this
goes
could
down.
Possibly. Oh my God!
Right
what an
in front of
amazing
us.
spray!
Yeah.
M249.
Goodness. Hey, Lucky's Kush, I want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. I much appreciate it. Very much appreciated.
Thank you, guys. It's really gonna help, me in this cause. I'll be taking $4.50, and 50 cents gonna go toward RedEyes. So, thank you very much for doing that. Keep doing. I'm just kidding, guys. In this very situation, talking about. Again, I'm still looking at Team 18, how they're gonna, unfold their strategy in this very situation. But on the southern side, look at that circle. We are seeing another early skirmish breaking down in the close vicinity of Landrera, and on the southern side, and this is possibly a clash during a rotation.
And I've got eyes on Rage because they just find themselves, in particular, Dead finds himself so close to extreme, and he gets the knock with a 4x Scar L right there. Beautiful shots, beautiful spray, and beautiful recoil control. He's going after Varro now. However, he's going to have to worry about that smoke. Varro is smoking to try to get his boy Mello up. But he does park the vehicle there. Now that could be a bad move on his end because, for obvious reasons, Rage Dead. Oh, he's going after Shrimpy instead of the vehicle now. Gets Shrimpy down to a quarter health and decides to relocate. I think that's the better move.
I believe the way they Team Rage deployed, especially one of their player pretty close to the side of Extreme, it really press Team Extreme to do those mistakes that they really wanted to do and that they can capitalize on that. But on the other side, let's see how they're going to react in this very situation. A lot of cavalry marching in for the side of Team Rage and want to give that support that really this player needs in this very situation. Zoo is pretty close, and his knock will be a pivotal situation in this very setting where Team Extreme can possibly strike them really bad. Team Rage, this kind of split not going to help you guys.
Yeah.
Keep your core of those players close to each other if you want to win this fight. And there you go, Dread taking down
Nice.
El Chapo, but El Chapo on the other side will have to wait, and Zoo is really closing in. This is a situation where Zoo can capitalize with those Molotovs and with those utilities that they have.
And-
but the
oh, it's a nice takedown.
position of Shrimpy, and there you go, Dread taking down another player, but El Chapo on the backside getting revive again, 3v4 situation.
Yep.
But in this very vicinity, we are seeing only 3 players. One of the players from the side of Raze is on the far flanking angles, but let's see El Chapo on time, taking that med kit available.
Down he
And oh my
goes.
goodness, what an
Not
amazing
able.
use of intel. And Team Extreme losing 2 of their players. This is not something they were expecting in this very situation. Varo and Mello will be the one retreating from this
Yeah,
situation.
they decided that, there's not much chance of getting the revive on their teammate, and I think they're right. Their best move is to try to retreat. So, you do what you got to do to survive. But Rage really going
This
after
is a smart
XXX
move.
Extreme back there. And Zoo still not giving up hope. Zoo still giving a little bit of chase to what's left of XXX Extreme, trying to get eyes on them. But maybe just going for the loot right now. And I think, yeah, reward yourself, treat yourself. We got Velocity being approached by members of Team 13, that's unknown assailants, approaching from the north. And if Velocity doesn't get in their vehicles and move out like they're trying to, they are going to be facing a confrontation shortly. Oh, he gets eyes on unknown assailants. I'm talking about Crip here with the 3X M4. He's going to put some, I don't know what to call these shots. Hopeful shots.
Oh my
down.
goodness.
Wasting
Hopeful
ammo.
shot, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
but
betting
God
on
is
shot.
knocked. Velocity is God is knocked, so that leaves it down to Crip, Anuxify, and V. They are going to stick that revive, and it looks like the opposition is going to be trying to retreat there. However, they've got members of VG, FPG Verge right there, and they're the winners of round 1. Bai is down, leaving it up to Hui, Mao, and Jin. Jin goes down as well. It's up to Hui and Mao. Mao brought down to 1/3 of his health. Boy, Fear Our Bullets
Oh
Gaming
my
really...
God, oh my God, they're really pressing in. 2 of the players are down, but the situation is under control. And Fear or Bullets Gaming, they should press all in. Otherwise, they're gonna give that time to Team VG, and they'll be resetting all of their 4 players. But on the other side, this situation where I'm seeing Team VG's one of their player is pretty much on a flanking angle right behind Team FOBG. They have no idea what's going on there, but at the same time, on the kill feed, we are seeing Team RA Ezra taking down players from.
Crippy.
Oh my God, that's M4.
Crippy, take out Decay. Yep. I just had eyes on that
Oh
and
my
got
God,
that clap.
Decay is down.
And so that leaves these poor groups of WPL members, the Wasted Potential members. It's down to 3 people: Neko,
Oh
Stormy,
my
and
God.
Pumpkin October. And here comes Pumpkin October with the shots at Crippy, but not any connecting. He
But at the
waits for his
same time,
team
I'm
to...
seeing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but at the same time, Team 9, the kind of position they are taking in this very situation is really crucial. The moment this guy gonna peek out is the time he'll be getting the first knock. But utility should be the used to take that first entry in this very situation. But in the back end, we are seeing Team No Way Out taking down players from the side of Genocide. Genocide losing players 1 by 1. But this time they got a trade knock. But Genocide down to 3 men standing. Another great fight happening in front of us, and this
Nade
time
from
1
Snowy.
knock dealt on the opposition team. Team 18, I believe they're gonna take another knock, but seeing a team
Snowy gets him with the nade.
taking down player. Oh my God, NW Squeak is down with that nade.
That was an amazing nade on Snowy's behalf, getting 2 kills for the team right there and then.
Oh my God, this is really where all these utilities come in play. And if you're using it properly, if you're using it in time, this is the place to, this is the result that you get at the end of the day. But at the same time, FOBG, they are still, striking their horns with the side of, I believe, Team Velocity. Team Velocity lose one of their players in that kind of situation, that kind of setting. And with that happy face, FOBG took that kill.
Man, I'm so surprised, to be honest, that the action in Miramar is so more early game oriented for this round than Erangel was. Because usually, guys, you'll find that it's kind of a vice versa situation. This is the map that you're used to having these passive periods on. Because basically, with PUBG, you're going to get a passive period on any larger map. And larger maps are 3 out of the 4 of the maps that we're dealing with tonight. But this is the largest one that we've got in the game. So you would think that it would be most likely on this map. However, we got action pretty much the entire way through.
That's, I believe, the factor in this whole situation is most of the team have no idea which team, where they drop and where they actually take the rotations and stuff. And that's the reason why we are seeing a lot of teams losing players during that kind of rotations, that kind of close rotations they have. But seeing the situation on this side of a Team 8 and I believe Rage, they are pretty much hungry for more kills. They have 3 kills in their backpack, and they are now looking at the side of Team 18, which possibly is holding that big warehouse, which is a risky situation to be in. They have a 2-1-1 split. 2 of their players in the warehouse. The rest of the 2 players are in the closed compounds, those concrete buildings. But want to see how Rage gonna approach this situation, this very setting where they have to go for a rush in that open area, which is a risky thing to do. And
not to mention the fact that they've got Win Esports approaching from behind them. It looks like Rage Dead is already aware of it. He's rocking himself a UMP M4 combo. And ironically, the 3X is placed on the UMP for a little bit of mid-range distance shots. And I know that that is frowned upon, but I love it. I love it anyway. Rage Dead now putting the shots down with the M4, getting some great damage onto Win Killer, but not enough to grab the knock. And that puts him in quite a position here. What do? Do you try to go for the thirst? Because truth be told, he'll be healed up any moment. And I think he's doing the right thing by hanging back here, not aggressing. Oh, we've got members of HV, High Voltage, not far off at all from XXX Extreme. But then, again, I still want to stick on this Rage Win Esports confrontation. Because Rage Esports finds themselves in a sandwich. They don't know whether to engage with top strikers or Win. And I don't blame them. I'm not really sure which is the right one to go after, but they need to pick one and stick with it. And Real Gunner's finally going off. We see King knocked. Flash God soon to join him if he doesn't heal up quickly. It's up to Xerox and T-God for the most part as they square off.
Goodness me!
Up against the Fierce. What was the goodness me for?
This is because of that cover fire from the side of Rage Red. They actually got that first knock, but at the same time, Rage Zoo, with that kind of M249 action we are seeing on their side, and this time he will be knocking down another player. And
King almost got the double
possibly we are seeing Team Win getting eliminated from this match. 6 kills in their backpack overall. 3 of the players from Win that were surviving, but not anymore. But that kind of I can say the cover fire from the side of Dread. He actually gave them the ADS, keeping them in their crosshairs. Anybody peeking from the front while they were moving, actually aggressing toward that compound, that was a really good move, and I would really recommend all those teams watching it should keep doing this with your team. Keep a practice of that. But as a team situation, we want to see how Team Rage are gonna move. Are they gonna move back to the same place where they were before? Because that place was really rewarding. They have a great vision of all across the TSX compounds, and at the same time all passing by rotations.
But we also got the unknown assailants. They're pinched in between members of Real Gunners and top strikers, and they just lost Angelic and Jenny, leaving it down to Fury and Goofy, and they're being pushed. Goofy is getting one knock before going down himself, leaving everything up to Fury, and Fury is almost eliminated. No, he's coming in full health. My bad. He's coming in full health, approaching top strikers, trying to get a knock on Sky, and he does not get it.
So close. Reload.
And he's eliminated by Sky, who had no health.
Sky with that 5 HP, acing Fury in this very situation, and Team TSX, they have a very good chance, of having the control of that very close vicinity of theirs. But at the same time, I'm looking at Rage. How
Yeah.
they're gonna, react in this very situation where they might have heard these close shots, and there is a possibility of 1-2 third party where there is a big split between the players of TSX. They can actually pick 3 of those kills, and that'll be a good, I can say, outcome of this very setting.
Yeah, but you're missing Fear of Bullets versus Velocity right now as Breezy shoots from the cliff top downward at Velocity. What's his name? I apologize, I cannot read Korean, Japanese, or Chinese, so I call him what's his name. I don't mean it as anything offensive. If anyone by any means knows how to read that name, just type in chat so I can learn his name, and I won't make that same mistake again. Uh-oh, Scarface from Genocide dying to Zone.
Zone gonna play a crucial role because we are seeing the circle actually closing pretty close to Picao Hills, quite south to Power Grid, and the kind of terrain is there. It's really hard for teams to maneuver, especially I'm happy to see Team VG doing an early rotation and setting up pretty smooth, I can say, northern side of this southern circle, and possibly circle gonna move that way. But Fear or Bullet Gaming, they are sitting pretty nice, and they're gonna pepper down everybody down there in the valley. Especially Team Velocity could be that a victim of that very situation. But seeing here, Team TSX still surviving, but they are pretty far from this next circle.
And we saw Rage and Triple X Extreme awfully close to one another. They decided to fall apart a little bit, but then there's Rage going after Top Strikers, Broken, and it's a double knock, and they wipe them. Top Strikers is eliminated right there and then, leaving Rage Esports with a very healthy 12 kills on the board. And there's Fear Gaming
This is what
going
happened.
after VG Buy. That would be absolutely
This is
critical
what
for Fear
happened.
Bullets Gaming because they have 0 kills on the board so far. They hold great positioning, but get this, Breezy and Most are just a 2-person team and they are spread out. Now that has its obvious advantages and its obvious disadvantages. The obvious advantage, yeah, you're not going to be clapped in the same spray as your teammate, but here's the obvious disadvantage. You're not there to help out your teammate, meaning you are just a group of solos that aren't going to be able to help each other out. That's not a team, and it doesn't usually fare too well in cash tournaments. Oh, we got Notorious Heartless going in for a knock with a Scar L4X combo. And look at this, Velocity is squaring off with Quest Esports. That's 15 and 20.
My God, on the other side is another fight breaking on the southern side of this very circle, but I believe Team FOBG, they are taking your advice and they are closing in, pretty close to each other. But at the same time, we are seeing Team 15, they have to leave this compound now. This is not a time to stay in cover, having a roof on your head. It's a time to go, deal with the nature out there, that, vicious nature waiting for you to move out so they can, take a good advantage out of you. But at the same time, FOBG with that very good position, let's see how they're going to use it. Especially, I'm looking at Breezy, how he's going to react in the very situation where Team 20 will be moving out of their compound. Is he going to, show us some good bolty shots, or will be again, waiting for that time when we'll be seeing bolties in action? But at the same time, Team 20, oh my goodness, once again looking really promising in this very situation. The solo survivor.
But I was about to say, Quest Esports was just able to eliminate the last other remaining members of Velocity, leaving it down to a Nuxify. So it means he's in kind of a predicament. He's got a nice positioning, but it's outside of zone, just barely, 16 meters outside, and he's got a full squad of Quest Esports in front of him. And by full squad, I mean a 3-person squad. I withdraw my previous statement. Wizard has been eliminated. But guys, we are just down to a couple teams in this tiny little zone. It is going down.
Oh, so close. Oh my God, I'm still looking at the velocities. Inoxify, he's doing a great job with that, M44X. He's not letting anyone peek from those windows, which is a good thing for him. But there you go, taking one knock on the side of Quest. Well, is knocked down, and at the same time, he's expecting some of the players to peek from the same location between those corridors in that very small compound. But there you go, ciao.
And
throwing that nade, sending that gift over, confirming the final kill. But team here are bullets.
Yep.
They are pretty much using their location. But MG3 is on their side. I'm happy that FOBG have that gun for them.
Well, in a matter of seconds, the Fierce was reduced from a multiple-person team to nobody, and there's the finish! Oh my goodness, the Fierce just got wrecked right there and then. Look at here, we have Rage Zoo trying to get a revive here, but he's got Quest Esports right on him. Waddle and Lucifer have pushed up, and they are coming in with mollies and nades ablazing. Hey, but with no help, they're still able to get Nox dead, getting a molly off on Chewy. It's down to Zoo and Axelino, who both of them need to heal.
Oh.
And Dead gets Lucifer before going down himself.
Look at that. Look at that with that huge number of kills. 9 kills. 1 more kill, he'll be sitting in, 10 kills, double-digit kills for his this pretty match. But looking at very situation, FOBG utilizing that high angle and not letting anyone to get even closer to them. But at the same time, we are seeing Breezy and Most taking the most advantage of that very situation. Rage have to leave now, but Breezy trying to do some bolty action on the player of Team Rage. But there you go, we try to give him a reflex, but Breezy with that 6x M4 managed to take down the player of Rage. This time he will have the full attention from toward the side of Rage, and it's really I can say a very small chance of Team Rage to actually survive from this situation.
Yeah, and I mean, guys, we're down to 3 teams here. We got ourselves a 3v2v2 to end round 2 here. Here are Bullets Gaming with doubtlessly the best positioning on the map right now. They've got zone and they've got the height advantage, and that is a match. There was nothing that Notorious could have really done there.
Match.
Yeah. So let's give it up to Fear Our Bullets Gaming.
This is what happened when you. I'm sorry to cut you out. This is what you expect when you take a heighted angle.
Yep.
In
Absolutely.
Miramar.
And
you get everything.
That's exactly what Son was talking about at the beginning of the game. Positioning is key, and understanding the terrain. The terrain on Miramar is. It's kind of a cruel mistress, is how I would call it. It can work in your favor or completely against it. And here we saw a perfect example of Fear Our Bullets Gaming using the terrain to their advantage and reaping the rewards from it. They didn't, necessarily excel with kills. They got 3 kills total between 2 players, but they had the patience to wait for the right times to strike. And because of that, they surpassed Notorious and Rage. So with that being said, Fear Our Bullets Gaming grabs the win with 3 kills. Notorious in second place with 5 kills, but get this, 4 of those 5 came from Heartless alone. Good job on his end. We've got Rage grabbing third place with, goodness gracious, 17 kills. Count them up. 9 of those kills came from Dead alone. The boy was not playing games. We got Real Gunners Esports grabbing 4th place with 5 kills. Quest Esports in 5th with 2. We've got VG, which is, of course, FPG Verge, the winners of round 1. They didn't fare so well in round 2, but they placed okay. 6th place, but with 1 kill from Zin. We got the Fierce coming in 7th with 6 kills. 8th place is going to belong to Velocity, which, as we saw Anuxify really pull through for his team, gave him a lot better placement points. And so they're going to grab 8th place with 4 kills. Let's see, WPL is Wasted Potential, and they're going to take 9th place with 4 kills. 3 of those 4 came from Stormy alone. We've got members of HV, the High Voltage Clan, and they're going to grab 10th with 2 kills. Excuse in 11th, but with a big fat onion for kills. XXX Extreme in 12th, also with 0. Now let's give it up to Genocide here, faring a lot better this round. 13th place, but with 5 kills. 4 of those 5 came from Snowy alone. We got Top Strikers grabbing 14th with 3 kills. The Unknown Assailants in 15th with 0. Team Win in 16th with 1 kill from King. Aurora in 17th with 2. And lastly, we've got the No Way Elites grabbing 18th place with 1 kill from Squeaks. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned in. We are going to be back in about 10 to 12 minutes with round 3 of our 4-round scrim night. These are my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August Group C qualifiers, sponsored by RedEyes and Wildcard Gaming. Stick around, guys. We'll be back soon. Members of FPG Verge Team 6.
Stromy really looking promising with 7 kills, but
And
at the
then
back
naded out.
comes in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But high voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how high voltage gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out. Leaving everything up to Mellies and Shrimp, Mellow and Shrimpy here. Leaving everything up to Mellies and Shrimp, Mellow and Shrimpy here. Mellow pushing upwards with an AK-47 in a 1v2 scenario. He gets Zoo down. And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone. Cliff edge overlooking top strikers, and this could be a very opportune position for them. This puts at Broken, particularly, at quite a disadvantage. Sadra unleashes the M762, however, just a red dot. Luckily, Squeaks with a great knock.
A victim of that very situation, but seeing here, Team TSX still surviving, but they are pretty far from this next circle.
And we saw Rage and XXX Extreme awfully close to one another. They decided to fall apart a little bit, but then there's Rage going after Top Strikers, Broken, and it's a double knock, and they wipe them. Top Strikers, High Voltage. They are sandwiched in between High Voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough.
Line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by, but the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, you know, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team doing that nade, sending that gift over, confirming the final kill, but team here are bullets. They are pretty much using their location, but MG3 is on their side. I'm happy that FOBG have that gun for them.
Well, in a matter of seconds, the Fierce was reduced from a multiple-person team to nobody, and there's the finish. XXX Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push, and that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mellies and Shrimp, Mellow and Shrimpy here. Mellow pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down. That's the No Way Elite. So it's No Way Elites and Top Strikers at Chumacera. It's Notorious and Genocide down at Valle Del Mar. And further up at the top, we've got Team 14 in the midst of Team 19. This is Aurora going off on Excuse, and Aurora just eliminates the threat right there.
There you go, Dread taking down another player by El Chapo on the backside. Getting revive again, 3v4 situation, but in this very vicinity we are seeing only 3 players. One of the players from the side of Raze is on the far flanking angles, but let's see El Chapo on time taking that medkit available, and oh my goodness!
Leaving everything up to Fury, and Fury is almost eliminated. No, he's coming in full health, my bad. He's coming in full health, approaching Top Strikers, trying to get a knock on Sky, and he does not get it!
So close! Reload!
And he's eliminated by Sky, who had no health. It's up to Xerox and T-God for the most part as they square off.
Goodness me.
Up against the Fierce. What was the goodness me for?
This is because of that cover fire from the side of Rage Red. They actually got that first knock, but at the same time, Rage Zoo, with that kind of M249 action, we are seeing
multiple members of FPG Verge Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by High Voltage. They are sandwiched in between High Voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, you know, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But a team we close to each other if you want to win this fight. And there you go, Dread taking down El Chapo, but El Chapo on the other side will have to wait, and Zoo is really closing in. This is a situation where Zoo can capitalize with those Molotovs and with those utilities that they have, but the
it's a nice
position of Shrimpy, and they all across the TSX compounds, and at the same time all passing by rotations.
But we also got the unknown assailants. They're pinched in between members of Real Gunners and Top Strikers, and they just lost Angelic and Jenny, leaving it down to Fury and Goofy, and they're being pushed. Goofy is getting one knock before going down himself, leaving it
pushing toward the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG2. Yep, at the same time, Team 9, the kind of position they are taking in this way situation is really crucial. The moment this guy gonna peek out is the time he'll be getting the first knock, but utility should be used to take that first entry in this way situation. But in the back end, we are seeing Team Nope. There's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill field also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time win all chance of Team Rage to actually survive from this situation.
Yeah, and I mean, guys, we're down to 3 teams here. We got ourselves a 3v2v2 to end round 2 here. Here are Bullets Gaming with doubtlessly the best positioning on the map right now. They've got zone and they've got the height advantage, and that is a match.
It's a shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. And I'm going to tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are... Oh, Jenny goes down right then and...
Where I'm seeing Team VG's one of their player is pretty much on a flanking angle right behind Team FOVG. They have no idea what's going on there, but at the same time, on the kill feed, we are seeing Team RAS taking down players from... oh my god, that's M. They possibly strike them really bad. Team Rage, this kind of split not gonna help you guys. Keep your 4 of those players close to each other if you want to win this fight. And there you go, Dread taking down El Chapo, but El Chapo on the other side will have to wait, and Zoo is really closing in. This is a situation where winning sports will actually get 2 kills, and those 2 kills came from the Notorious. Notorious had out of this game. I was actually betting on these guys to at least get a chicken dinner, or at least a second position, but we are down to the dice compounds where the whole action gonna happen, and oh my god, I'm still looking at the velocities. He's doing great job at M44X. He's not letting anyone peek from those windows, which is a good thing for him. But there you go, taking 1 knock on the side of Quest. Well, he's knocked down in the same.
Against the Pierce, what did the for?
This is because of that cover fire from the side of Rage Red. They actually got that first knock, but at the same time, Rage Zoo with that kind of M49 action we are seeing on their side, and this time he will be knocking down another player. And WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and the nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG. 2 knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Strommy really looking promising. Number of kills, they have total 5 kills, and we are seeing like it's just the 5th phase of the game, and they have 5 kills, and possibly seeing Team Notorious winning this chicken dinner.
Triple X Extreme versus Rage is happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chopper.
Let's see what sort of strategy Team 18 gonna come up with. And in this race situation, Nova Elites have a fair chance. They can actually isolate 1 player right immediately down below them and can possibly take the control of this fight in their hand. But they're taking a lot of damage from the far side, and possibly Strommy really looking promising with 7 kills, but at the back comes in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But High Voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how High Voltage is gonna act in this scenario.
Oh, AZE just got naded out.
Southern side, look at that circle. We are seeing another early skirmish breaking down in the close vicinity of Landrera, and on the southern side, and this is possibly a clash during a rotation.
And I've got eyes on Rage because they just find themselves, in particular, Dead finds himself so close to Extreme, and he gets the knock with a 4x and Scar.
Out taking down players from the side of Genocide. Genocide losing players one by one, but this time they got a trade knock. But Genocide down to 3-man standing. Another great fight happening in front of us, and this time one knock dealt on the opposition team. Team 18, I believe they're gonna take another knock, but seeing a team G,
No, he gets him with the nade!
G's.
Leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down. And his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone. The clip edge overlooking top strikers. And this could be a very opportune position for them. This puts it Broken, particularly, at quite a disadvantage. Sadra unleashes the M762. However, just a red dot. Luckily, Squeaks with a great knock.
Victim of that very situation, but seeing here, Team TSX still surviving, but they are pretty far from this next circle.
And we saw Rage and XXX Extreme awfully close to one another. They decided to fall apart a little bit, but then there's Rage going after top strikers, Broken, and it's a double knock, and they wipe them. Top strikers, high voltage. They are sandwiched in between high voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough.
Line where they can possibly get their party from teams passing by, but the situation really gets tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, including that water on this other side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team doing that nade, sending that gift over, confirming the final kill, but the team here are bullets. They are pretty much using their location, but MG3 is on their side. I'm happy that FOBG have that gun for them.
Well, in a matter of seconds, the Fierce was reduced from a multiple-person team to nobody, and there's the finish! We're XXX Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario, he gets Zoo down. That's the No Way Elite. So it's No Way Elites and top strikers at Chimicera. It's Notorious and Genocide down at Valle Del Mar. And further up at the top, we've got Team 14 in the midst of Team 19. This is Aurora going off on Excuse, and Aurora just eliminates the threat right there.
There you go, Dread taking down another player, but it'll chop on the backside. Getting revive again, 3v4 situation, but in this very vicinity we are seeing only 3 players. One of the players from the side of Phrases on the far flanking angles, but let's heal. Chapo on time, taking that med kit available, and oh my goodness!
Leaving everything up to Fury, and Fury is almost eliminated. No, he's coming in full health, my bad. He's coming in full health, approaching top strikers, trying to get a knock on Sky, and he does not get it!
So close. Reload!
And he's eliminated by Sky, who had no health. It's up to Xerox and T-God for the most part as they square off.
Goodness me.
Up against the... Alrighty, everybody, welcome back, and so happy to have you here for round 3 of my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August qualifiers for Group C, sponsored by myself and Wildcard Gaming. And we are going to be kicking round 3 off as a Sandhawk. What exactly does a Sandhawk match entail? Well, basically the exact opposite of our last match. Last match we played Miramar, which is the largest map that we have in the game. Here's our smallest map. Now, hold up. I know technically Livik and Karakin are smaller, but we don't mess with those in scrims. So this is the smallest map that we're going to be working with. Meaning that the odds of 2 teams landing next to each other. Hold on, somebody just joined my Trovo with the swastika for a profile picture. I'm Jewish, buddy. Ban. Anyways, so we're going to be doing a Sandhawk here. Well, Yeah, a couple things about Sandhawk. Well, as it is the smallest map that we're working with, it's also the most condensed map, meaning that it's the most lush in vegetation. There's more grass to hide inside and trees and boulders to hide behind, so you need to be alert for a higher than average number of snakes than usual. And the last thing I want to say about this map is that it's so small that the flight path really isn't that important. You can get anywhere you want just by deploying your chute early enough. So with that being said, let's see what we're working with.
Let's see, we are expecting an early fight between Team Excuse
And Top
at the
Strikers.
same time we are seeing it in the close vicinity of Bootcamp, where TXF is also there. Top Strikers are right against Team Excuse as well. And at the same time we are seeing Paradise also getting populated. Paradise also having 2 to 3 teams drop in the close vicinity.
Yeah, and I'm actually tuned into that. We got the Fears very close by Rage here, and Shamar and Tavi are extremely low on health, needing to heal and quick. But I can't get my head away from this idea. Oh wait, there is more action coming down. It's members of High Voltage, and they're squaring off against Team 6, FPG Verge, the winners of round 1. And it's down to Devil alone. He does get the knock on Naxo.
Beautiful drop shot.
Yeah. Can he heal up in time? I think he's gonna. He's got plenty of space from the rest of Win.
And actually, I was expecting a big fight to break in Bootcamp and Paradise, but we are seeing some early action. I can see pretty close to the Hawthorne, eastern side of the Hawthorne Bridge, and that's what we are seeing. High Voltage losing their players, and Devil is the only solo survivor in this very situation. But at the same time, we are seeing Team VG taking those kills in their backpack. WIN is in also close vicinity and possibly take down the knocked player HV Broken, but the circle is mostly favoring, Camp Alpha Island, slightly on the southern side Ruins Island, and a very slight on the east side Main Island, including Bootcamp as well. And there you go, VGXN confirming his kill. Team High Voltage is down to 1 man, and that 1 man Devil is with only 1 kill. Solo survivor, but kill feed.
Going after Triple X as well. Out in the farmost eastern portion of the zone, we've got Aurora facing off against XXX Extreme. They got a little bit of space, but they were able to get a knock. Look at this. High Voltage is down to Devil and Devil alone as he's swimming in a pool of Win Esports members. Ooh. I'm curious. Oh, Excuse has a member downed as well. That's Rush, who is revived. I'm surprised that Top Strikers didn't take that opportunity to push in a little.
Yeah, but there is a big split between the guys of Team Top Strikers and, on the side of Excuse. Excuse having a very fortified position, 2-2 split I'm seeing on their side. But at the same time, we are seeing Aurora taking down the players from the side of Triple X. But there you go, Excuse taking down first knock from the side of Top Strikers. This is the time Team Top Strikers can actually press down and take down more players from the side of Excuse. But kill feed, Team Rage once again on the same killing spree they were previously on, and again taking down players. But at the same time, Bootcamp is the place to be. And team on the side of Team Excuse, this guy really bided the time for his team, taking that 1 knock on the side of Team TXS. Really, gave the time to the other player to revive their player. Now the situation is 2v1 for the players of TSX Lagino on the western side. But here we see on the screen, we are seeing 3 players against 2, and pretty much the situation is favored on the side of Team Top Strikers.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Oh, and they get a knock on Matt right there and then. It's leaving it up to Rush, Draco, and Love. We got Rush throwing some nades their way. Draco trying to get the revive, leaving it up to Love and Rush here to do the cover fire and Overwatch.
Ah, shit.
Oh, I forgot to mute all chat. Whoops. Luckily, I know exactly who that is talking.
Oh my god, Team Rage again on the killing spree. They are taking players everywhere. At the same time, they took down the players of TFC. The fierce one are losing their players by the side of Rage. But at the same time, Team TXS, they have learned their lesson, and now they're wrapping around and trying to close in from the southern side of the boot camp. And the team Excuse, they're again 4 man up. But seeing the situation here, Team Notorious is also in a close vicinity, so possibly if the fight breaks in between Team TXS
Great knock
and
by Crip.
XQs.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my god, amazing work from the side of Team 20 player, taking a knock far range, another damage on the opposition player. He's been dealing an amazing amount of damage on the opposition player, and that's a really amazing thing. So TFC Thirst taking down the players from the Rage, and another player down from the side of Rage in this very situation. TFC is down to 2 men as well.
Yeah, I was just getting eyes on Thirst here, and it's down to Thirst and Thirst alone as he goes after Dead, but he is eliminated right there and then.
Again,
look
Dead,
at this velocity
you beauty.
right in the mix now with members of Wasted Potential, and Crip goes down. It's all up to a Nuxify and G-God.
Nuxify really closing in, taking down one player, 1v1 fight. G-God is knocked down, Decay is low on HP, and Nuxify doing the right thing, confirming that kill. The player is low on HP, Decay is really buying that time to confirm that kill, but Decay, he is coming forward. That nade going in can possibly take down the player. The angle is sealed, and I believe Decay is again surviving for this very situation, and Nuxify have another angle on the Decay, and this is possibly the place where he has to go for that revive. DK have, I believe, no meds with him. That's the reason why he's not really using that first aid kit and pushing on the side of Velocity. Velocity now with 2 players, we're going in, and there you go, jump shots come through, and Nuxify confirming that final kill. Team Velocity with the 4 kills, still standing 3 men. They have lost one of their player. I believe that is VY Chinese. Oh my god, I'm not using that word. Shouldn't be using that word. But that's something written in Chinese or possibly Korean or Japanese. It's all the same for me. But at the same time, Team Velocity have that early game momentum that they really want. But look at this. Look at this. 3 to 4 teams eliminated, and yet we have just witnessed only 7 minutes of the game. Camp Alpha Island is really a place where we are seeing a lot of action happening at this moment.
Yeah. Now I've got eyes on members of FPG Verge, the winners of round 1. They're awfully close to No Way Elites, but the same can be said about Fear Our Bullets Gaming and Team Win Esports.
Hotmark is really, getting players on the side of WIN. They are dealing knocks and FOBG. Let's see how they're going to react in this situation. FOBG taking up their player again. Most was knocked out, and he's back on his feet again. Breezy is also low on HP. Most are healing up, but at the same time, they have a big force to deal with. WIN, they are still 4-man standing, but the situation is under control for WIN. Let's see how WIN player is going to react in this situation. Joe Mama, oh my god.
Oh, Triple X Extreme is facing off right now against Aurora, and it's down to Crippy, and Crippy alone. He is rocking a 4x AK combo, and he's got Mellow in front of him. He's taking zone damage. Oh, look at this flank from Varo up the side. This is a bad news bears for Crippy. It's going to be tough for him to get out of this. Really
see how he gonna react.
Hope into that 4x AK. That's like my worst nightmares of 4x on an AK, is using it, I mean.
It can be really helpful in kind of mid-ranges. It gives you a clear view of the head of the opposition player. But there you go. That flanking angle is gonna really help out. And there you go. It's gonna help out. And Team Extreme in this situation confirming the final kill as well. They have 4 kills in their backpack. Mello and Vero sharing 2 kills each. But at the same time, they have to now move toward the circle. Circle is pretty far from them, and they are sitting on the eastern side of this very circle, pretty close to Camp Bravo. This is really fun thing to see, but let's see how many teams have successfully got a place for them on Camp Alpha Island. That real estate price gonna hike up. A lot of these teams will be trying to move toward that side. Absolutely. And that's what we are seeing pretty close. Team Genocide and Team VG, they're pretty close to each other. Both of these teams are across the river, but VG, they're pretty much interested in getting to that hidden angle where everyone wants to be, and Team NW already have placed themselves pretty smooth up there on that hidden angle. Let's see how many kills they're going to pick up from that location.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, another thing I'm noticing is Fear Our Bullets Gaming really kind of being full-on gate kept here. We see Breezy pulling a Michael Phelps, going into the water, looking like he's going to pull a strong flank through the water. I don't know if that's going to be successful or not. But another thing I'm noticing is a perfect positioning here by members of Genocide. They've got very close to center zone here, and there's still a full squad. 0 kills on the board yet, but they got a great positioning on the river edge. They're not too far off from members of FPG Verge, the winners of round 1. But I'd say far enough away that it's not necessarily something we need to keep our eyes on until we see it in the kill feed. But Joe Mama from Win Esports is the closest to Fear Our Bullets Gaming, and it is the closest thing to a confrontation that we have on the map at the moment. This is just one of those little quick periods of passiveness that we're going to be flying over and getting right back to the action very shortly.
Joe Mama's position was really, was a pivotal position for Team WIN to capitalize on. But now they have to see their enemy, doing that swim across the river going into Houghton, and Houghton is pretty much open for anyone to capture. Right now, WIN Killer on the southern side, he's trying to do that vehicle rotation, and getting into Houghton will really help Win to actually seal those, get those compounds on the up northern side of Houghton City, the main city, for themselves. So if FOBG coming from the north side, closing into those coastal line compounds, they'll be able to, take those knocks against Breezy and Mac. But let's see, Joe Mama, is he this time gonna spot out the player? There you go, scoped open up from the side of Joe Mama on the side of FOBG players, and this is UMP with a 4x. Blue zone is creeping up, and a lot of damage being dealt on the side of FOBG. Let's see what Jang and I believe Most are planning in this race situation.
Oh, Joe Mama needs to make his move right here, and he puts the shots on Jang. However, he does not connect with him. But Most is able to get the knock on King. That still leaves 3 opponents up. Pardon, no, but what am I saying? There's still a full squad up. I thought that one of them was not.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They were standing pretty close to each other. Let's see, Jang. Is he gonna use that utility to? Yeah, he got some links, but he is not using them. He's not using them the way he should be. But now Joe Mama, and at the same time, have a clear view of the angle. And there you go. Jang can possibly get knocked down. He gets prone at a very good time. Most of the other side, he's holding his place, his position. He don't want to give up his position because he take a knock on the side of Win from that position as well. But Joe Mama, he have to leave that position. He doesn't have that much of healing. But let's see how Team FOBG Jang gonna use that position. But Joe Mama with the final 2 to 3 bullets, confirming that kill. The guy just drowned and couldn't even, be knocked at the first place. He instantly got thirsted due to going into the water. But Team WIN, they have a pretty good situation. Now they have to give a cover fire to WIN Joe Mama so he can actually regroup with his teammates and can go for that quest of moving toward the circle. But circle is again shifting between 3 islands. Still, we have a fair area of boot camp in the vicinity, and at the same time we have another fight breaking up between the teams of Team 10, I believe that is TXG, and I believe we have Unknown Assailants pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I'm currently watching Top Strikers and the Unknown Assailants as they square off. We got Broken posted up here with a 3x M4, trying to get eyes on this little triplet group in front of him. The issue I have with this is his teammate Jiren is a little bit of ways away. Not far, but far enough away that if Broken is knocked, I don't see the revive happening in time. I think he would be thirsted before he could get revived. Oh, we got Genocide going into it. We got Scarface going down. Amber with a VSS trying to put shots onto King, taking more bullets than she's able to dish out there. Gonna quickly heal here. Maybe try to get a revive on Scarface.
Same time, if we talk about our Team Genocide, they have a very good position, sitting pretty center on this circle. And at the same time, we move again to our fight between the strikers versus the unknown assailants. Unknown assailants, they were just retreating out of this very situation. They didn't want a long, never-ending standoff between these two teams. But now Genocide on the other side taking some advantage of taking some kills that are moving from the side of main island toward them. At the same time, this kind of split really gonna help them. Nobody will be able to close in on them, and that's a very good thing for being deployed from the side of G and Cheeks. Taking that angle where he's scoping every side of his. But on the kill feed, we are seeing unknown assailants being peppered down from the side of the strikers, and at the same time from the side of Genocide and Quest. Quest is also taking part on that third party. So this is something we were really expecting. Team Unknown, they should have took the fight against the strikers. Otherwise, they are now in a sandwich situation, and we are seeing what this sandwich situation is bringing them for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see that Genocide was able to get the revive on Amber, but they still have multiple members of Real Gunners just below them, waiting for the right time. Oh, but Top Striker's Jiren going in at the same time with his third kill or his fourth knock. I'm not sure which. He's going after the members of Unknown Assailants, which is down to just Angelic at this stage. Oh, I'm going to mute the all chat after this match, guys. I apologize for that. Ooh, Quest Esports is reduced now down to just Chewy and Chewy alone. Wizard's been knocked. Lucifer's out of the equation. I'm going to mute this, guys. I'm going to put a little chat in here. A warning for the participants. Oh, goodness, we got something here with Rage up against the No Way Elites. Now, No Way Elites had a very, very rough last match. I believe they finished last place with 0 kills here. So they really need to get some points on the board for this go-around to try to even the odds here. We see... Oh, Genocide now getting closer and closer to RGE on the south portion of zone. We got Scarface posted up at the 6x M4 trying to get eyes on Chewy. Or Flash God, pardon me, Flash God. But it's just...
have a very good position from that perspective. He is using that M249 sprays and keeping that push from the side of, I believe, this is Team FOBG. At the same time, we are seeing in their close vicinity, Team RGE there trying to close in, but Cheek with that M249, he's not allowing them to even close by.
Yeah, we got Dead putting the sprays down towards the Win Esports with the 3x4, but they've got that little boulder for cover here, and they are clinging to it for dear life. Kino, oh my goodness, hold on one moment there. That nade almost hit. And that's Fuego putting some shots down, cooking up a nade. What is he doing with that? Okay. Oh, it looks to me like Excuse is having a face-off right now up against members of XXX Extreme, and Varo is eliminated right there and then by Matt with the M4.
My goodness. Oh. M4, and the blue zone is still ticking with every passing second. Its damage gonna be considerably high.
Now,
and
Genocide,
it will be difficult situation.
Genocide versus RGE is happening right now. Amber is knocked. Cheeks barely able to dodge the car, but Scarface coming in with a great knock there, and he's putting the shots onto King and Flash God. He gets King knocked, and Xerox is eliminated. Nicely done by Scarface. Amber is likely to be thirsted. She is eliminated, leaving Genocide as a 3-person team at this stage.
And Genocide fairly have the control of the circle on the southern side. Only Rage will be the one that will be actually competing them in this very situation. But on the other side, we are seeing Team PG. They will be away from this circle. They have to move, but they have a compound in their way. So possibly they'll be controlling the northern side of this very circle.
Yeah. Now another thing I'm noticing here is that Genocide is the only one to hold down zone here. Here our Bullets Gaming lying out in the dead zone is eliminated. We got Snowy here putting the distance shots down towards members of VG, which is of course FPG Verge. Guys, we are down to just 4 teams. We've got FPG Verge, Rage Esports, Genocide, and Win Esports in a 3v2v2 to end round 3.
Let's see this rotation coming from the eastern side, from the side of WIN, how they're gonna get into that circle. But Team VG is using their hide angle to actually pepper down some players of G. And Cheeks is also down.
Yep,
so Snowy's the sole survivor.
He's eliminated as well.
He's pretty close to Huey.
Yep, at least everything up to Snowy, and Snowy is clapped from the top by Huey from FPG Verge. But great effort by Genocide here. That leaves us in a 2v3, really a 1v3, and that is a match. Goodness, what a finish. We've got to give it up to FPG Verge. That is their second win out of 3 matches, and it's not a slight win by any means. They're taking it with 11 kills. Very serious work there. We got Win Esports grabbing second place with 8 kills, pretty darn good. Then we got Genocide in third with 3 kills. All 3 came from Scarface and Scarface alone. We have Rage Esports grabbing 4th place with 6 kills. 5 of those 6 came from Dead. VR Bullets Gaming coming in 5th place, but with a big fat onion for kills. We got Notorious claiming 6th place with 3 kills, 2 of which are from Jay. The No Way Elites, in this go around, they're not going to get last place this time. They're going to take 7th with 1 kill from Squeaks. Velocity taking 8th with 6 kills. We got the Real Gunners. They're going to grab 9th place with 4. Excuse this go around is going to grab 10th with 3. We got XXX Extreme taking 11th with 6. Top Strikers in 12th with 4, 3 of which came from Jiren. The Unknown Assailants in 13th place with 0. Quest Esports in 14th with 0. Aurora in 15th with 2 kills. Both of those kills are from Reaper. And let's see here. We got WPL, Wasted Potential, in 16th place with 1 kill from Dream. The Fierce in 17th with 1 kill from Tavi. And 18th, High Voltage, is going to grab last place with 1 kill from Devil. Alrighty guys, y'all know the drill. Stick around, and we're going to be back in about 10 to 12 minutes with our 4th and our final round of the night. These are my very own RedEyes Dead in August $400 qualifiers for Group C, sponsored by Wildcard Gaming. Stick around, guys. We'll be back soon. Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But a team shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. I'm going to tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are... Oh, Jenny goes down right then in...
A circle, but Team VG is using their, hide angle to actually pepper down some players of G. And Cheeks is also down.
Yep,
so Snowy is the sole survivor. He's pretty close to Huey.
Yep, at least everything up to Snowy, and Snowy is clapped from the top by Huey. A clip edge overlooking Top Strikers, and this could be a very opportune position for them. This puts it Broken, particularly at quite a disadvantage. Sadra unleashes the M762, however, just a red dot. Luckily, Squeaks with a great knock.
Possibly strike them really bad. Team Rage, this kind of split not gonna help you guys.
Yeah,
Keep your 4 of those players close to each other if you want to win this fight. And there you go, Dread taking down El Chapo, but El Chapo on the other side will have to wait, and Zoo is really closing in. This is a situation where, oh my god, I'm still looking at the velocities. Inoxify. He's doing a great job at that M44X. He's not letting anyone peek from those windows, which is a good thing for him. But there you go, taking 1 knock on the side of Quest. Well, is knocked down, and the same small chance of Team Rage to actually survive from this situation.
Yeah, and I mean, guys, we're down to 3 teams here. We got ourselves a 3v2v2 to end round 2 here. Here are Bullets Gaming with doubtlessly the best positioning on the map right now. They've got zone and they've got the height advantage, and that is a match.
Yeah, Stromy really looking promising with 7 kills, but at the back comes in. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight we saw. But High Voltage 2v3 situation. Let's see how High Voltage is gonna act in this whole scenario.
Oh, AZE just got eliminated out.
Line where they can possibly get third party from teams passing by, but the situation really get tense when this next circle shift gonna be. This time it will be a decider whether it's gonna go up north or it will stay, you know, including that water on the southern side. But we are seeing again a lot of action happening. Team
Right there and then.
again,
Look
dead,
at this
you
velocity
beauty.
right in the mix now with members of Wasted Potential, and Crip goes down. It's all up to a Nuxify and G-God.
Nuxify really closing in, taking down one player, 1v1 fight.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo taken down, leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47. In a 1v2 scenario. He gets Zoo down.
In this way situation, DFC is down to 2 men as well.
Yeah, I was just getting eyes on Thirst here, and it's down to Thirst and Thirst alone as he goes after Dead, but he is eliminated right there and then.
Again,
look
dead,
at this velocity
you beauty.
right in the mix now with members of Wasted Potential, and Crip goes down.
WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG. 2 knocks being dealt from the side of WPL. Stromy really looking promising. Passing second, his stamina is going to be considerably high,
Now,
and
Genocide,
it will be difficult situation.
Genocide is happening right now. Amber is knocked. Cheeks barely able to dodge the car, but Scarface coming in with a great knock there, and he's putting the shots on the King and Flash God. He gets King knocked.
They have learned their lesson, and now they're wrapping around and trying to close in from the southern side of the boot camp. And the team, they're again 4 men up. But seeing the situation here, Team Notorious is also in a close vicinity. So possibly if the fight breaks in between Team TXS
Great knock
and
by Crip.
Excuse.
Extremely low on health, needing to heal quick. But I can't get my head away from this idea. Oh wait, there is more action coming down. It's members of High Voltage, and they're squaring off against Team 6, FPG Verge, the winners of round 1. And it's down to Devil alone. He does get the knock on Naxo.
Beautiful. All across the TSX compounds, and at the same time, all passing by rotations.
But we also got the Unknown Assailants. They're pinched in between members of Real Gunners and Top Strikers, and they just lost Angelic and Jenny, leaving it down to Fury and Goofy, and they're being pushed. Goofy is getting one knock before going down himself, leaving up against the Fierce. What was the goodness me for?
This is because of that cover fire from the side of Rage Red. They actually got that first knock, but at the same time, Rage Zoo, with that kind of M249 action we are seeing on their side, and this time he will be knocking down another player. And situation where I'm seeing Team VG's one of their player is pretty much on a flanking angle right behind Team FOBG. They have no idea what's going on there, but at the same time, on the kill feed, we are seeing Team RA Ezra taking down players from, oh my god, that's M4.
Take out
The number of kills, they have total 5 kills, and we are seeing like, it's just the 5th phase of the game, and they have 5 kills, and possibly seeing Team Notorious winning this chicken dinner.
We're Triple X Extreme versus Rage. It's happening now. Rage with an aggressive push. And that goes Chapo.
Throwing that nade, sending that gift over, confirming the final kill, but Team Air are bullets. They are pretty much using their location, but MG3 is on their side. I'm happy that FOBG have that gun for them.
Well, in a matter of seconds, the Fierce was reduced from a multiple-person team to nobody, and there's the finish!
To winning sports to actually get 2 kills, and those 2 kills came from the Notorious. Notorious had out of this game. I was actually betting on these guys to at least get a chicken dinner or at least a second position, but we are down to the dice compounds where the whole action gonna happen, and right, you know.
And that's Fuego putting some shots down, cooking up a nade. What is he doing with that? Okay. Oh, it looks to me like Excuse is having a face-off right now up against members of XXX Extreme, and Varo is eliminated right there and then by Matt.
opposition player, and that's a really amazing thing. So TFC Thirst taking down the players from the Rage, and another player down from the side of Rage in this very situation. TFC is down to 2 men as well.
Yeah, I was just getting eyes on Thirst here, and it's down to Thirst and Thirst alone as he goes after Dead, but he is eliminated right there and then.
Yep, at the same time, Team 9, the kind of position they're taking in this very situation is really crucial. The moment this guy gonna peek out is the time he'll be getting the first knock, but utility should be used to take that first entry in this very situation. But in the back end, we are seeing Team No gonna react.
Hoping to that 4x AK. That's like my worst nightmares of 4x on an AK, is using it. I mean,
it can be really helpful in kind of mid ranges. It gives you a clear view of the head of the opposition player. But there you go. That flanking angle is gonna really. Let's see what sort of strategy Team 18 gonna come up with. And in this very situation, Nova Elites have a fair chance. They can actually isolate one player right immediately down below them and can possibly take the control of this fight in their hand, but they're taking a lot of damage from the far side,
and Squeaks goes down.
Possibly
High Voltage, they are sandwiched in between High Voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury. 4x. Oh, and he's got himself an MG3, but it's not enough. Leaving everything up to Mello and Shrimpy here. Mello pushing upwards with an AK-47 in a 1v2 scenario. He gets Zoo down, and his health is draining quickly. He gets the knock, but goes down from the zone.
Out taking down players from the side of Genocide. Genocide losing players one by one, but this time they got a trade knock. But Genocide down to 3 men standing. Another great fight happening in front of us, and this time one knock dealt on the opposition team. Team 18, I believe they're gonna take another knock, but seeing a Team G,
no, he gets him with the nade. It's up to Xerox and T-God for the most part as they square off.
Goodness me.
Up against the Fierce. What was the goodness me for?
This is because of that cover fire from the side of Rage Red. They actually got that first knock, but at the same time, Rage Zoo with that kind of M249 action, we are seeing
multiple members of FPG Verge, Team 6. However, FPG Verge is probably a little bit distracted by High Voltage. They are sandwiched in between High Voltage and the unknown assailants. We got Fury cooking a nade up. Oh, nice takedown by Fury.
There's been a trade knock on both of those sides, but Team WPL in the kill field also confirming the kills on KLZ, eliminating them from this match. We are left with only 16-20 players, but this circle shift's gonna hurt really bad to teams like Team Notorious. They are taking knocks, and this time win. Aurora taking down the players from the side of Triple X, but there you go. Excuse taking down first knock from the side of Top Strikers. This is the time Team Top Strikers can actually press down and take down more players from the side of Excuse, but kill feed. Team Rage once again on the same killing spree they were previously on. There you go, Dread taking down another player by El Chapo on the backside, getting revive again, 3v4 situation. But in this very vicinity, we are seeing only 3 players. One of the players from the side of Rage is on the far flanking angles, but let's see El Chapo on time taking that med kit available. And oh my goodness!
Leaving everything up to Fury, and Fury is almost eliminated. No, he's coming in full health. My bad. He's coming in full health, approaching Top Strikers, trying to get a knock on Sky, and he does not get it.
So close. Reload.
And he's eliminated by Sky, who had no health.
Southern side, look at that circle. We are seeing another early skirmish breaking down in the close vicinity of Landrera. And on the southern side, and this is possibly a clash during a rotation.
And I've got eyes on Rage because they just find themselves, in particular Dead finds himself so close to extreme, and he gets the knock with a 4x
close to each other if you want to win this fight. And there you go, Dread taking down El Chapo, but El Chapo on the other side will have to wait, and Zoo is really closing in. This is a situation where Zoo can capitalize with those Molotovs and with those utilities that they have, but the
it's a nice
position of Shrimpy, and there you have another angle on the Decay, and this is possibly the place where he has to go for that revive. DK have, I believe, no meds with him. That's the reason why he's not really using that first hit kit and pushing on the side of velocity. Now with two players, we're going in, and there you go. Jump shots come through, pushing towards the side of Team 9. Team 9 in this situation, WPL, I believe, will be losing their final player, final surviving player. We are down to 7 players, but in this situation, Team VG is on the upper hand, having 7 kills confirmed on their side, and nades and agility is being used from the side of Team VG2.
That's the No Way Elite. So it's No Way Elites and Top Strikers at Chumacera. It's Notorious and Genocide down at Valle Del Mar. And further up at the top, we've got Team 14 in the midst of Team 19. This is Aurora going off on Excuse, and Aurora just eliminates the threat right there.
Some players of G, and Cheeks is also down.
Yep,
so Snowy is the solo survivor. He's pretty close to Huey.
Yep, at least everything up to Snowy, and Snowy is clapped from the top by Huey from FPG Verge. But great effort by Genocide here. That leaves us in a 2v3, really a 1v3, and that is a match.
Victim of that very situation, but seeing here, Team TSX still surviving, but they are pretty far from this next circle.
And we saw Rage and Triple X Extreme awfully close to one another. They decided to fall apart a little bit, but then there's Rage going after Top Strikers, Broken, and it's a double knock, and they wipe them. Top Strikers, Jin healed up and brought back down again.
God. What's going on? Both of these teams going to 2 different directions, and this is not really, you know, kind of I can say regularly seeing in these big tournaments. But Team we shooting range circle, but this kill feed is going 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't have much options. But yeah, we have just lost about 20 people, and about 3/4 of those 20 people were lost in the past few minutes. I'm going to tune in to Team 13, which is Unknown Assailants. They are... Oh, Jenny goes down right then in
a circle, but Team VG is using their, hide angle to actually pepper down some players of G, and Cheeks is also down.
Yep,
so Snowy is the solo survivor. He's pretty close to Huey.
Yep, at least everything up to Snowy, and Snowy is clapped from the top by Huey. A cliff edge overlooking Top Strikers, and this could be a very opportune. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back, and so happy to have you here for the 4th and final round of my very own RedEyes $400 Dead in August Group C qualifiers, sponsored by Wildcard Gaming. And we're going to be ending the night the exact same way that we started, which is going to be with an Erangel. Now, everything that needs to be said about Erangel, we've already got out of the way in round 1, so I'm going to save that whole spiel, and we're just going to focus on the flight path and where people are actually going. Hassan, are you still here, buddy?
Yes, I'm still here, and hoping to see some action in this final match, the final round of the day. Talking about this plane path, this time is leaving the western side and is pretty much pointing out toward the eastern side, close to Lipovka. So it will be really interesting to see if our first circle pops on, and having Gatka center, or at least on the western side of the circle. It will be really interesting to see those trenches finish, or possibly those Gatka planes finish.
Absolutely, and my curiosity is going to be, is this going to be one of those early, action matches, or is it going to be like round 1, where we waited for, I'm going to say, the first half of match, we didn't get much action at all, and then it just exploded with action for the last half. I'm hoping it's a little bit more evenly distributed this go around, but we'll have to wait and see. We see Excuse getting an early jump, and they're going to be heading northbound to Severny, and it looks like they're not going to have to contest with anybody at all for it, so they're going to be able to claim that. It looks like we already got a confrontation brewing potentially, and that's going to be between Quest and Notorious at North Georgia Pole. Just to keep an eye out on that. Yep, they are right on top of each other here. DJ, cut the beat. Okay. Alright, elsewhere we see members of Win Esports. They're going to be competing with Top Strikers for the Lipovka area. We've got members of Velocity heading southbound, and they're not alone. They are alongside other members of Top Strikers. We see VR Bullets Gaming currently sandwiched in between Real Gunners and members of Rage. Looks like Genocide is going to be heading in the direction of Velocity as well. It's not just Velocity, it's also members of FPG Verge, the winners of round 1 and 3. You got to keep an eye out for them. Ooh, speaking of unknown assailants, they are having a little confrontation already with members of the Fierce. And we see Angelic pushing up here to Shamar.
Fury taking their first kill of the match, and they actually got their account pretty much started when this match. But on the other side, we're seeing Team 22 play pretty close to there. But this time, Jenny getting knocked down. Angelica won't be able to, you know, give much of the help. But there you go, Angelica actually pushing in with that DP. DP is not a good option to go in a close range. But another player goes in, and this time another knockdown. But players will be confirming those kills. Angelica will be confirming that kill. But during that fight, we saw Team, I believe, Unknown Assailants, they weren't even pretty much disciplined. They lost, you know, they got their 2 players knocked down, which is not a good thing in a fight.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And I also agree about Angelic pushing up with that DP for the close range. However, I think that boiled down to a case more of necessity than preference. You know, I don't think she had much options in terms of inventory. But I'm also tuning in here to Win Esports. They're up in the mix here with top strikers in the Lepovka area, just waiting to pounce on one another. And I like what Win Esports is doing. They're spreading out in this sort of V formation, kind of scooping in top strikers.
Yep, on the other side, we are still seeing some kill feed popping up from the side of Pachinki.
You're right.
Pachinki is still in the midst of the fight, but at the same time, if we talk about this very situation where Team 6 going against another team, oh my goodness, we're a lot of, you know, flash drops seeing this pretty match. And this is really interesting to see from the side of Team Verge to actually crash drop with a team in the close vicinity. Is Team 20, which is, I believe, Velocity.
And they're here with
an
FPG
early fight.
Verge, the winners of round 1 and 3. Hey, it looks like the Fierce is going in after the Unknown Assailants right now. So it's down to Daniel and Tavi, but it looks like they are out of whatever confrontation that they were in. Looks like they are cleared and have Pachinki all to themselves. So back to Velocity. Oh, the Fierce does... Oh, that's just the thirst on... Okay. We already saw that. I'm just curious if Velocity is going to square off here with FPG Verge. And I haven't gotten a lot of screen time on FPG Verge, and I feel like that's kind of a real letdown because they have apparently been dominating tonight. So I believe they got first place, sixth place, and then first place again. So as long as they do decent here, even just decent, remotely decent, I think they qualify for the finals.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do right now. On the same side, Team Velocity, they are trying to make some angles on the players of VG. VG, he's actually closing in and did a pretty good flank on the side of Velocity's, the Chinese guy. I'm sorry to use that word.
Oh, no,
at the same time,
that's
this guy sucks.
If the guy's Chinese, then he's Chinese. That's not an insult.
So, I don't want to insult those Koreans out there. Maybe this is a Korean word. Who knows?
But all we're saying, guys, is if we don't know how to read the writing or say how to pronounce your name, please just let us know in the chat, and we won't make that mistake again. I'd love to be able to know each and every one of you individually. That way I can actually give you credit where credit is due when you make a nice play. So by all means, let me know in the chat. Oh, speaking of that, Velocity, what's his name, goes down right there and then. Leading it up to a Nuxify, Six God, and Crip.
Oh my goodness!
And Six God is down.
By also taking down another player in the midst of this very situation, and now Team Velocity is down to 2 men standing.
And now, look at this FPG Verge just really having at it. Having a field day. Looks like Real Gunners and Rage could be a potential confrontation. Look at this, Genocide doing something kind of awesome here. They had the guts to push down to military base when most people, I don't even remember what the flight path was, so I could be wrong about this, but everybody else was too afraid to go there out of fear that, you know, people were going to be there. So the reverse psychology wins, and they claim military base all to themselves. So they're going to be getting amazing loot. Probably a flare gun as well.
Yeah, at the same time, I believe Team Genocide, they were pretty far from the military base. I'm curious to just, you know, we missed out that part where we couldn't even see the rotation coming from their side, but they did the right thing. Now they'll be safe for a little bit more time, 2 to 3 phases of the game, but at the same time we are seeing, I believe, Team Velocity, they lost their way during that fight. One of their players got stuck in between 2 to 3 players, and Team Verse, they did a handsome job to actually manage to take down one player, which led to another player being taken down. It's a good strategy coming from the side of Verse in this very match as well.
And it looks like Win Esports has just gotten a knock on a member of the top strikers, and Joe Mama is coming to pick King up in a vehicle. Is this going to be a push? I don't think so, because I would imagine that the opponent is going to be well past revived and healed by the time you got up there. And I think Win Esports knows that they're just going to rotate into zone. I think that's the right move. Real Gunners still pretty darn close to Rage, just south of them.
And there you go. Are we gonna see another Rage kill spree this time as well, just like they did in Miramar?
Yeah, you never
So
know.
I'm hoping Rage can actually be able to pull up the same, you know, kind of performance that did on the second phase.
Well, tuning into
I'm really
Zoo from
hopeful they're
Rage,
gonna do.
Well, tuning into Zoo from Rage, he or she is just laying on their belly in the church. So I'm thinking they've got plenty of patience here, and they don't mind waiting for the opponent to present themselves to them. They want to.
Nope.
Oh, looks like Kino from Win Esports is by far the closest to top strikers, but he's actually got a little bit more space than I previously thought. So where do you think the next confrontation is going to be? I think Real Gunners versus Excuse. Yep, and here we go. Zayrock's driving right past the Excuse members. We got T-God being shot at here. Brought down to about a third of his health. But they all make it away? Wow. So how about Fear Our Bullets Gaming, Team 3 up against Aurora, slot 14. They're awfully close. Is it going to be something? Mac is all too aware of Aurora's position.
Let's see if we're gonna see a confrontation from their side. Aurora, they are sitting pretty good. They don't want to get into any fight at this moment. They are holding those warehouses, but we are about to see another circle shift. And this time, which side is gonna favor? Let's see. A lot of migration taking place from the side of eastern side. A lot of teams, especially the strikers team, when they are also, you know, moving from the eastern side, but circle moves further west, and this time Georgia Pole Hospital and especially on North Gatka and the Mount Everest area will be included in there. So it's a fair, you know, fair good terrain for teams to actually pull up on open ridges. You know, it's a good thing to have. And Ruins being a part of this circle, it will be really difficult for teams coming from the eastern side, because now they have to go through the ruins. There is no other way.
Notice every team is approaching from the eastern side, with the exception to Genocide.
Yeah. Let's see which part of the circle.
What about... Oh, yep, it looks like Excuse is about to have a confrontation with No Way Elites. We got Love up in the forefront of it, just now getting in the vehicle. It looks like No Way Elites are in the vehicle as well. They're not trying to fight here. So maybe Rage versus Fear Our Bullets. And it looks like that's happening right now. It is happening. And now everyone's driving away.
This is what happens when we have a circle shift. You know, the blue is pushing, teams try to relocate themselves just to be in a better advantage position where they can you know, take down some players from those rotations or possibly in their close vicinities. But we are seeing another Molotov knock from the side of XQS. Love taking down his own player.
Uh-oh. That leaves it. That is not the kind of mistake you want to be making. And, oh, and that's all that PR bullets needed. Or pardon me, was it PR bullets or high voltage? I think it was high voltage. I wasn't paying close up enough attention. But it was literally all the opponent needed was that one little brief moment to pounce on him. And you're going to take out one of your own teammates for him? Absolutely, that's going to be the time for them to push. Hey, Grimity, what's up, buddy?
Oh my goodness, this was a heck of a mistake, and this comes with those, you know, uncontrolled nerves. When you cannot control yourself, you know, kind of hand-eye coordination is not in place. This comes with practice, you know. And if you
and
are
synergy as well, you know, getting to know your teammates as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say that is 50% of it, which a lot of people would disagree with this, but I would honestly say that team synergy is equally as important as gun skill. Oh, No Way Elite's facing off against Quest here. And we got Chewy trying to get the revive on Lucifer, leaving it up to Wizard and Shino to do the cover fire and Overwatch. Wizard posted up with an M4 AK combo. Here we go. Mollies are being thrown here by Shino. Legend is able to get Squeaks back up and about.
Once again, 4v4.
Yeah.
Way out player on that flank angle. Really gonna try to play a role in this situation, but I believe Quest could be going all in.
Ooh, Flash
The
God
moment they
getting
get one
PR
knock.
bullets. Oh, I tell you what, you watch this. I'm going to go to PR Bullets versus Real Gunners a little further north. Let me know if I should be switching back. Oh, James going after Flash God, and he's taken down. That leaves it all up to Most and Mac. Most with the AK.
22 players left.
And Most
What this
is
guy's
in
doing?
trouble.
He's running away from that fight.
Yeah. That's it for PR Bullets. That was a mistake right there.
Yep.
Let's see.
He was just trying to tailgate that guy, you know, with that AK. You shouldn't be doing that when they're like 3 team players from the other team are alive. But again, going to the same standoff. Quest and No Way. Lucifer again low on HP. Player from the far angle, trying to play a role in this very setting. But Squeak with that nade, I believe he'll be taking down Shino. Shino have no idea what to do in this situation, and he moves from his place,
Alright.
moving to a different location.
Looks like Win Esports and Genocide aren't far from one another. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't see just how close Quest was to the No Way Elites. I always have that trouble with Team 15 because their color always blends in with the map. And so here they are, right one building away from one another, still going at it.
In this situation, if Team Quest get a knock in their close vicinity, you know, this is the time they should push. They know one player is on the flanking angle, and there are only 2 players left to, you know, take a fight against them. The 4v2 situation is pretty favorable, but we are seeing another circle shift, and this time again circle going toward western side, and including the whole Georgia Pole, north and south, both, including the hospital area as well. So we are seeing, oh my goodness, look at the western side. Nobody is there. Nobody is in the up northern side of the Georgia Pole.
That's not
and
going to
no
be that
one
way for
is
long.
even on the western side.
Yeah, no one's claimed North George here. That is surprising. Ooh, Real Gunners having at it. Really going off here on XXX Extreme, and now devoting their attention to the other members of XXX, which is Shrimpy. Actually, Shrimpy and who? Shrimpy and Mellow. I'm going to get eyes on them. They are in quite a predicament, a 2v4 scenario.
There you go. Quest really neutralizing the push from the side of I believe we are seeing another fight. But Quest taking down some players, some knocks, but Quest is in control. Still they have 3 men standing, but on the other side we have only 2 players standing from the side of No Way Out.
Yeah.
Fight is still breaking up, and we are seeing some good heat markers. And there you go. Elimination coming from the side of Team No Way.
Oh, Mello getting a great knock right there, and then that makes it a 3v2. This is as close as the odds have been so far for XXX Extreme. Can they pull this off? Oh, nade damage hitting Mello pretty hard. He's brought down to below half health. Shrimpy is right under them. Uh-oh. And he is down real quick. leaving everything up to Mello, and Mello alone. Does get the knock on T-God, going after Flash God now. And what a time to have an M249. Absolutely.
2v1 situation.
Yeah.
On Mello. Mello going on the lower end of this very position. It's a good move to do. Changing position. But
I thought that
oh
hit him.
my
I thought it hit
God.
him. I thought it hit him at first, but it. Oh my gosh, that was about to be the most OP nade ever. And Mello drops down the entire mountain. Okay.
He's still alive.
Look at Genocide.
That's a good
No one's
news for
around
Team
him.
Extreme.
We got FPG Verge by pretty darn close to members of Win Esports, and it looks like his team is coming to join him now.
Oh my goodness. South George still in play. Team Verge, they're gonna qualify with some good numbers from this Group C rounds of 4. And at the same time, they have a control of the pretty much the whole western edge of this very next circle. That's a good thing for them. But again, we are seeing Mello versus Team RGE, Rail Gunners Esports. King is low on HP. Blue zone is ticking. M249. One player. Another knockdown. Mello, the solo survivor, still surviving in that very situation. Blue is ticking. The damage is there. He's confirming those kills, doing the right thing. Flash God is the solo survivor, and there you go.
Yeah.
The fight for the Mount Everest is about to get over.
But that zone is not going to be so forgiving. Mello's going to have to push up, and pretty shortly. I mean, he's got a little bit of time here, but he's only got 7 bandages, 1 first aid, and 2 boosts. That isn't as ideal as you would think. He could really, if he can squad wipe these guys, he'll be fine on meds, but the odds of that are slim. So he needs to figure out some way to push into zone right now. He puts down 4 smokes, 3 or 4 smokes, to try to make a little trail to work his way in. But he mistakenly uses his first aid way too early. And here's
does,
the push.
and but the situation is again 2v1 on the side of Mello. Mello is solo survivor, doing an uphill battle. Another amazing knock from the side of Mello. Mello is doing an amazing job, but
it was
height
not
angle gonna help
Genocide
Team
going at it.
Real Gunners Esports.
Genocide closing in on the last remaining member of, or 2 remaining members of Aurora. That's Ezra and Crippy. Actually, it looks like they're facing off against HV.
Look at that. Look at that circle finish. This is something I wished in the first round, and we are seeing it in the final round. Containers finish.
Absolutely. Ezra and Crippy, I have a feeling that they've just been kind of posted up the majority of the game. The team has 0 kills. Ezra does put down the 6x M4 spray onto Snowy, but not getting a single connecting shot, and thus giving up his location. Ooh. Ezra rotating around. He's going to have to worry about members of High Voltage very shortly. He's putting some unnecessary shots towards Rage as they go by in a BRDM. I disagree with several of those decisions. High Voltage, Adam, really putting up some kills here. He's got all 3 of the team's kills. Oh my goodness, guys, we are down to just a few teams remaining here. It's all popping off. Top Strikers versus Real Gunners right now. T-God is knocked. Top Strikers is a team of 3 at this point. Sky, Jiren, and Legend.
They're actually looking for the final member of Rail Gunners. One of their players is knocked down. The skill will be confirmed. And the solo survivor from the side of Rail Gunner, if he's going to show up to the cause or not. But down on the southern side, we are seeing this one heck of a skirmish breaking down between Rage versus... Oh my god, where was that?
I just saw
that
Zoom get 3 out of the 4. Almost pull off a squad wipe, but not quite.
Oh my god.
Flash got the last remaining member of Real Gunners. He's just posted up at this warehouse. He's got some space. Oh, looks like Win Esports is down to Killer. Joe Mama has been knocked. leaving everything up to Killer, who's rocking himself the M4 UMP combo as members of the Fierce hold him off. And all I want to see is some Mortal Kombat action.
Finish him.
Killer. He have some close passing bys, and there you go. Aurora's Creepy taking down one player. Azra confirming BB's Tavi. That's another knock from their side. But when Killer's still surviving, he has that buggy he can use and go and save Joe Mama.
Flashcott is
When
in a
Joe
burning
Mama's bleeding
vehicle,
out.
barely rotating around these guys. Can he make it? He drives it into the water. Just get in that passenger seat. No, there's no need to do that, actually. You've got full health. He is going to post up underwater in that vehicle. I hate that glitch. I feel like it's cheating, but it's technically not. I don't see how it's not. Great knock on Legend by Jay from Notorious. It's almost like he's delivered that kill. So, Legend
Jay with only one kill.
Yeah. Legend really wouldn't mind that thirst. Adam now boasting 4 kills.
High Voltage is still 3 men standing, and that's a good news for them. They have a fair chance of winning that fight against Aurora as well. They're in a close vicinity, only 2 players surviving, Ezra and Trippy, but there you go. Another urban warfare.
Yeah.
Jay taking down High Voltage Adam.
Yep, and so that leaves it up to Ezra and Crippy. And this is currently looking like a battle of the throwables.
Let's see who survive. High Voltage, another knock being taken down, and I believe Jay gonna confirm his kill. There are overall 2 kills in their backpack, and if he can confirm those kills, it will be 4 kills in total. But Jay now have his attention toward another team in the close by, and this is Quest. Still 4 men standing.
So Legend just waiting for the push here. Okay. I think I'm going to tune into Genocide. I keep going back and forth to them, but they just got... Snowy was just knocked, revived by Amber. As they have to worry about Notorious, and not just Notorious, but Quest as well. But they got position. They've got positioning here. Heartless approaching Quest Esports with the Scar L Uzi combo. Hey, Daniel from the Fierce going down to play zone. That is it for the Fierce.
Yeah, play zone, as we mentioned, is not going to be that forgiving, but seeing that whole situation, Circle have moved away from Team 5. Now they have to rotate out, but same time, Team Notorious taking down another player from the side of Jen, and this time
Here comes
Jen
Cheeks
Snow is
and
knocked
Scarface.
down.
Yep, it's Amber and Snow are down, leaving it up to Scarface and Cheeks. Let's see here. Scarface pushing up to get a revive. Snowy is knocked yet again, and that is a thirst onto Amber, unfortunately. Scarface trying to save the day here, doing what he can. Cheeks needs to do some overwatch and cover fire rather than just sit back and let them shoot. I would, in my opinion, I don't, you know, I just feel like when your teammate's reviving and you're a 3-person team, one should be reviving, one should be doing cover fire and overwatch.
High Voltage really trying to get into the circle. They are deploying a big trail of smoke to actually close into Notorious.
Oh, Snowy is
up.
At
the same time.
So it's up to Scarface and Snowy here. They got... Okay, you know what? I'm going to go back to High Voltage. You're right. Devil is the last hope for them, and he has taken some serious zone damage. I think he's going to kick it out in the dead zone. Guys, we are down to just 5 teams here. It's a 4v2, v2, v1, v1, or something. 4v4, v2, v1, to end our final match.
I believe Flash will be bleeding out in that blue zone. He'll be taking a lot of damage, but Genocide, they have to move now. This is the time to move, otherwise blue zone gonna, you know, Embrace them from the back. At the same time,
Absolutely.
Quest, they are sitting pretty nice.
Yeah, they're the only.
But this is something they're making a mistake here.
Why do you say that?
Because they are actually leaving the hided angle where Quest, two of their players are up on the barn house, and now Team Notorious, they're pushing in. And this is not a good thing for Quest. They shouldn't be, you know, leaving that place. And now Wizard could be possibly the first one to get knocked down.
Here we go.
But look at that angle. Look at that angle. That amazing angle made from the side of the players of Quest. I believe this is Lucifer on the lower sides. There you go, Lucifer going upstairs.
Scarface from Genocide is down, leaving it up to Snowy. Snowy's pushing in aggressively, taking down right there, and that's it for Genocide. We are down to Quest and Notorious here.
Notorious, 3-man standing. Quest still have 4 players up. They have the hard cover to play with. Smoke's being deployed on the outside. Jay with a good number of kills, and there you go.
Here we go.
Jay using
Heartless
that
taking out
pan.
Chino.
Oh my goodness. First knock on Quest.
Heartless with that Uzi. Uh-oh, Freaky taking some shots, brought down to below half health. Rocking a UMP M4 combo. And Wizard getting Jay. Here's the push from Freaky and Heartless. It's all down to
Where are the
Lucifer
rest
and
of the
Chewy
players?
for Quest. And they are holding down the top floor.
They have to leave now.
Absolutely, but how are they going to do that? How?
One nade can do the whole thing. If Heartless if he's intelligent enough, he can actually revive his player. At the same time, Freaky can launch a grenade up in that barn house. There is no other place to be, you know, in this very situation. So that's what Team Quest are capitalizing on. They are trying to scout out every nick and corner for them. But the Team Quest, they are not even moving a muscle.
Yeah.
They're not letting them give a position, and I believe Team Notorious have realized this thing can go to a heal battle. And that's what they're preparing for.
Absolutely. And that's actually, I hate to see that, but I see it more and more frequently as the heal-offs. I've been seeing people camping in the dead zone with 30 first aids, you know?
So the question is, who is gonna jump first, Chewy or Lucifer? Lucifer has 7 first aid kits with him, and on the other side we are seeing Heartless with 17
Yeah,
first aid kits.
Chewy has nothing.
So they're also prepared.
Chewy's giving all of his first aids to Lucifer, all his meds to Lucifer. So I can already tell it's gonna be a heal-off. Nades being thrown by Chewy. Lucifer putting some smokes out. Actually, that was a smoke from Chewy as well.
Just have to position himself somewhere. He have to position himself somewhere. If he gets taken down, the heal strat thingy, it'll be done for Team Notorious. But Chewy, I believe he's ready to jump.
Here we go.
And
Chewy does jump
Embrace,
out.
that is inevitable.
Alright. Chewy going immediately down. Lucifer is soon to follow. That is a match.
Lucifer couldn't even able to use only 1 first aid kit in that time.
Yeah, it was just not enough time. It was moving too fast. Give me one moment. Okay, so it looks like Notorious are going to grab first place with a nice, healthy 9 kills. Congratulations to them. We've got
Congratulations, guys.
we got Quest grabbing second place, and they're going to do so with 10 kills even. Nicely done. Real Gunners in third place with 9 kills as well. We got the Genocide crew in fourth with 0. High Voltage in 5th place with 9 kills. 6th place is going to go to Aurora with 1 kill from Crippy. The Fierce in 7th with 7 kills, but get this, 6 of those 7 came from Tabby alone. Screenshot. 8th place going to the Win Esports with 5. Top Strikers taking 9th place with 1 kill. Rage in 10th with 3. VG, what I always keep forgetting what VG stands. Oh, it's FPG Verge in 11th with 2. We got 12th going to XXX Extreme, and they're going to take that with 2 kills from Mello. 13 going to Velocity with 0. No Way Elites in 14th with 0. Fear Our Bullets in 15th with 0. 16th going to Excuse with 1 kill from Love. And lastly, 17th going to the Unknown Assailants with 2. Alright.
A big shout out to Mello for doing that, something which was really difficult.
Absolutely.
The real gunners, they were down to one man like twice. And
Yeah.
it is a hard thing to do.
Absolutely.
Man, what a manly play from your side. Amazing work.
Yeah, great work on, honestly, I'd say the last 3 matches were just action-packed from beginning to end, and I'm happy to see that. First match was a little bit of a slower start because people were trying to, you know, play a little bit more passively, let those numbers dwindle down, so it took some time. But once it started popping, it was like a Pringles can, and the fun don't stop. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching these tonight, fret not, because I will be back, Isan and myself will be back tomorrow, casting the 4th and final round of qualifiers, Group D, same time tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then, drum roll, this coming Tuesday, the 24th, it is the finals. We ended up rescheduling to accommodate PMCO. Thank you so much for subscribing, Nate. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and I want to give a special thank you to Hassan for, you know, you guys probably don't understand this, but he stayed up all night. Where he's at it's like he started at 6 a.m. when we started casting. So he's been up all night, and it's just awesome of you to do that, and 2 nights in a row. And anyways, guys, with that being said, I hope you all have a great night. Have fun, be safe, and be kind to one another. Let's see who we can raid. All right, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, dude.
I apologize.
Oh no.
I was so into the game.
You were doing awesome. I mean, all of it was. I could tell you were a professional. I just wanted to get some words in some parts, but yeah, dude, you was awesome. And after I said something, you was perfect. So we're all good. Anyways, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Let's meet tomorrow again.
Sounds good. Deuces.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Hey, lucky one, you don't miss.